I love the silence before I tell everybody, hey man, we're going to start recording, and everybody goes, oh man, what am I going to say? So Teddy, you desperately want to let everyone know that the Queen has just died. Is that correct?
Well, not anymore.
Not what? She hasn't died anymore?
Oh no, she's dead.
She gone.
Yeah, but at the tender age of 96.
96.
Yeah, and of course she died at her Scottish estate, surrounded by her friends and her family, who of course I'm sure we're checking the pecking order where they're going to ascend up the hierarchy. The royal hierarchy.
Listen, when she died, wouldn't this be the perfect time to just say, okay, no more of this? We're not going to do this anymore. This is so silly. We actually have elected officials, and now we have a 96-year-old woman who seems to have some sort of importance.
Well, here's the funny thing. So I guess some professor at like Carnegie Mellon College criticized her. Basically said, "Yeah, I'm glad she's gone because she represents colonialism, imperialism, and blah blah blah." And of course, you got raked over the coals because she's a very beloved figure. And I'm sure there's going to be a state funeral where all the dignitaries on the taxpayer dime, of course, are going to attend and pretend that they gave a shit.
So here is the only thing that I know. So my son comes out to me, he goes, you heard the Queen died, right? You're going to say it on the show. And I said, yeah. He goes, so there's a guy who gave a timeline of all the stuff that she was dealing with, right? She was 2 years old when communism started in Russia. Is that crazy? She was 2 when communism started.
How'd they know she was dead? She's been dead for years.
So no, listen, I was looking up some conspiracy theorists and things like that, right? And there's actually, I know. Well, we're gonna have a UFO guy on in a couple of weeks. We're gonna have a UFO a guy who's written about 25 books.
I want to be on that show.
Is there
Why did you segment to UFOs after some
Well, here's why. Because this
planet.
guy's also kind of a conspiracy guy also, but there's when I was looking for people to talk to, there was a conspiracist person who had said that Queen Elizabeth had already been killed and she was dead for 2 years, and that's just a stand-in. The person that we see right now who died is just a stand-in.
So it's like the Manchurian Candidate? Something like that? Is that the one where the president dies and they put the plant in?
Yes.
Something like that. Well, they say that about Elvis too. Every Tupac
Elvis
Shakur,
is
he's
still
alive. Yeah,
He is alive.
He's a janitor in
Yes.
some high school and
I just saw him at Jewel.
Noblesville, Tennessee. High school.
Because that makes sense. Because I would go from being Tupac to a janitor. Anybody somebody gives that much of a shit about Tupac that he's got to hide being a janitor.
No, I was talking about Elvis. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people give a shit about Elvis to this day.
Well, a lot of people really care about the royalty, the royal family. I mean, it's not. I mean, we're indifferent to it because we're Americans, but in Europe and Ireland, I mean, it's a fascination. They're into it.
Yeah,
they care a lot. They care a lot.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that they literally when the royal wedding was going on, there was shit on TV for weeks and months leading up to that.
They still talk about Princess Diana to this day. She's been dead for 25 or 27 years. There's still full-page magazine articles.
Well, the same thing with Elvis, though. We're talking about Elvis still,
that
too.
Yeah,
so.
that too. So.
Wait a minute. Princess Diana died in 1997?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems... I just... You know what? I have no concept of time anymore.
I was actually forced to watch the wedding on TV because I was watching the Golf Channel, and then all of a sudden they cut it out to show her.
I was still married, and I was, God damn, why couldn't that be me? Why couldn't I get run over on an underpass?
Oh, I thought you meant...
That's how I know. That's how I know.
Oh, see, I thought you meant
why couldn't... 3 years into my marriage.
Oh, okay,
I'm like,
gotcha.
God, she's so lucky. She's dead. And I'm still alive.
I think she was running away from. It's funny because the driver was running away from the paparazzi, right?
Yes.
That's
Is that what it is? Paparazzi?
Paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paparazzi.
Easy for you.
Yeah.
to say.
Press.
It's not. Nothing is easy for Ted to say. Isn't that the
That's
craziest
crazy.
thing? Yeah. He's the worst talkerist of all time.
The smoothest voice, but he mispronounces everything.
Oh, ooh, I never thought you have a smooth voice,
I never
Ted.
thought that either. I used to say.
Dude, you're smooth.
I used to say trough instead of tro instead of trough. The trough.
Potato or
See, but it
patata.
sounds good.
Yeah.
It's just mispronounced.
Oh, you know what? He's saying you're an excellent speaker of words.
No,
you're just a terrible
don't go there. pronouncer
of words.
And it's all gibberish anyway, so it doesn't really.
Do you really?
amount to anything, so.
It is pretty gibberishy. Yeah. But you know what's funny? I was talking to somebody, and I'm like, our show is the Three Idiots, and then I had them listen, right? One of the guests that's going to come on, and they're like, wow, you guys are, you guys call yourselves idiots, but you guys are pretty smart. And I'm just like, man, you are not very bright. Yeah, because I'm a moron. I will be the first to admit it. I hear stuff that happens all the time, and I don't know anything that's going on.
I thought you were a Moran. We
Yeah.
Morans.
Sounded
gibberish.
good. Sounded good.
Yeah, that's authentic frontier gibberish from Teddy right there. Okay, I think we probably want to get this thing started because the queen ain't going to be less dead when we're done.
Hey, just
too soon,
on a side note. So when Charles, what is he, like 70? He's been waiting to ascend to be the king for the last like 40 years.
Prince Charles, everyone hates him. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah. But now he's going to be the king. And so remember that Dora the Explorer? Remember there was like a Geico commercial where these guys went to the South Pole and it took them like 2 months to get there. And then Dora the Explorer's there with their little lunchbox, and she goes, "What took you so long?" That's what she's probably saying to Prince Charles right now. What took you so long to be the king?
Oh man! And you know what? You know what's funny? I bet you a couple years he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how old is he?
He's in his 70s. I mean, he looks in good shape, but who knows?
I mean,
No one expected her to live that long.
yeah. That's
I
God's
thought
honest
she
truth.
died 10 years ago.
Like George Burns or one of those Golden Girls, where it's
No.
like I didn't know. Rue.
I like George Burns.
Yeah.
I don't like the queen.
No, but it's just weird. Like
What,
when
wait,
someone-
hold on a second. What can you not like about the queen? What is there? I mean, she doesn't do anything. What is there to like or dislike? She has no value.
The wave.
Yeah, she's got the.
Jim doesn't like that
no,
wave.
we love
Oh,
it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
love
yeah.
the queen wave.
She just doesn't
So you
look
think
like
she-
a good person. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Something about her.
Wow.
So you think a 96-year-old woman is a sneaky bitch?
Yeah, I know a few sneaky bitches at 94.
Does your eyelid start twitching when you see her? That could be a sign of either iodine
think there's a
deficiency.
Nothing
or-
twitches when I
So,
see her.
so
Trust
Jimmy,
me.
you're saying she's killed more people than that Saudi prince?
Yes.
Please invite him in. Invite him in. Now, hit the trap door and let's watch him die together.
That was actually really good. Queen
Thank you.
impersonation.
Thank you. Teddy, I've been waiting for her to die for 8 years. I've been practicing. 8 goddamn years.
And now that day has arrived.
Yep. And there's the end of my impersonation. That's it. Now, you know who I got to work on next? Prince Charles. Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about Prince Charles.
Isn't he shacked up with that Camilla, whatever? He was the one he was having
Why
the
is it
affair with
shacked
that.
up? Isn't he just married to her?
Yeah,
he
no, but
married her.
he was having the affair with her when he was married to Diana, and then she went out with that
She
Middle
was
Eastern guy.
Butt ugly, too.
Well, they don't care about that.
Well, Princess Diana.
Well,
wasn't
hold
bad.
on a second. Hold on a second. Make sure. I mean, it's the Halle Berry thing. Yeah, Princess Diana was hot, right? Halle Berry's super hot. When she was like the hottest chick on the planet, like 7 guys broke up with her. So
Maintenance. High maintenance.
right.
I think 2 of her husbands cheated on her too.
Right.
Yeah.
With
That's-
each other.
So what does that tell you?
They'd rather-
Oh man, that would be the best. That would be the
Two
best thing to
boyfriends.
find
Wait,
out.
Are now in
One of them
love.
was an MLB player, right? David Justice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's right. Yeah,
that's what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. You
So
can't.
it doesn't matter who she was. I mean, he's gonna have sex with.
Yeah,
other
but there's
women
something
anyway.
about her. She can't keep a man.
And then
Something.
she was married, of course, like a male model, super good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mario
just,
Peoples, wasn't it?
Mario Van
I don't-
Peebles. I loved
I
him.
think she was involved with.
Oh man.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dude, he was
But-
in that one with Ice-T, that movie with Ice-T and Chris Rock
Yep.
when they were the drug and Wesley Snipes,
Oh, is
the
that
drug
New
one.
Jack- New
New
Jack
Jack
City.
City.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
That was a good one.
dude,
Yeah, I
I
remember that.
And
love.
what's his name from the Breakfast Club?
Oh yeah, not Emilio Estevez. Who Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I love that.
That was a great
That's
movie.
a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of those ones. If it pops on, I will literally watch that every single time, man. I love that movie. There's something about it,
That
great
and
movie.
Roadhouse.
dude. Who doesn't
Wait,
love
I heard
Roadhouse?
the new. They're making
Patrick Swayze one?
they're making a new Roadhouse with, and it's going to be with Conor McGregor.
All right, stop.
Oh yeah, Conor McGregor's gonna be the bad guy.
I'm assuming he's got to be. I mean, he's not going to be the good guy.
Wait, the weirdo that drives the Mustang down the road and all that?
Yeah,
That guy?
Yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
the Patrick Swayze nemesis. He's obviously going to be like a 2000.
As long as somebody rips out Conor McGregor's throat at the end, I don't care.
but not for real, because
Well, not
in real
for
life,
real.
he would kick their ass, of course. So
Yeah, Ted. Once again,
fighter.
and we covered this early on. You know, movies are fake, right? They're not real.
well, I know, but some people truly believe that.
Okay, listen. Now we are getting this started. Okay, Teddy, are you ready with your tips?
Yes.
Okay, that's a lie. Here we go. Hey, everybody. My name is Matt, and welcome to the Real 3 Idiots podcast. As usual, sitting across from me with a glass of Crown in his hand is the man with no plan, Teddy.
Hey, I'm glad to be here tonight with 3 guys in the room who beat me to golf. So thanks. Thank you. So
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! You knew I was going to say that.
Who would or did?
Well, did and
always,
would.
always,
And
always.
You might have a
always.
you might have a bad day one day. So I don't know.
All right, and you probably heard we have a brand new guest on the show voice you have never heard before, and one that you've already heard before. So let's start with our returning guest. Please welcome our good friend Jimmy to the show.
Welcome. I'm back, Ted.
Thanks for coming back, brother.
Still need to get a little more cushion between us, but yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
Good
Jimmy,
show.
it's great to have you back for a third time. And now, Teddy, will you please place the 3 visits? We have a very special thing for 3 visits. It's the basement golden tiara on Jimmy's head. Do you have the tiara?
I do not.
Son of a bitch.
That's
I
why I'm
told
here.
you.
Wait a minute. There's no visual, right?
No,
Is it
there is
so-
no
'cause
visual.
it's
You
my
don't
third-
have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's right there.
In fact, let me pick up from this velvet pillow and gently place it.
It's beautiful. It's like I feel like I have an Imperial butter commercial.
I'm going to place it on your tramp stamp,
The crown.
actually, and not yours.
So now, Jimmy, here's the weird part. The plan was to get you a golden condom, but Ted insisted whatever we gave you, he was going to put it on you, and I thought that would get really
Yeah.
weird really fast.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be back then.
Yeah, bullshit.
Well, maybe. Actually, I would be back.
Ted
I'd have
Ted
to
is
do it-
over there.
I'd have to do it by feel. 'Cause I'm not looking.
Because he just watched him do it.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd feel it.
Ted is doing his very best 60-year-old Asian woman hand job motion, and Jimmy, yeah, it's not bad.
And why do they all get arrested eventually? Why can't they just leave them be? Why can't the law enforcement just leave them
You know
be?
what? I don't understand it.
They're performing a public service.
It's something about sex trafficking because every time they bust prostitutes now, they just say it's about sex trafficking.
Yeah. That's their new talking point.
Yeah, it's
So
you know
all those Asian massage parlors are sex
Here,
traffickers.
here, let me just to backtrack for a second.
Like Robert Kraft,
obviously,
remember?
yeah,
I
obviously.
mean,
but
he was
of
a
course.
billionaire, and he was
He's-
looking for value.
he's still looking for
It was
value,
like
yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
You're just looking for a sale. That's all.
Listen, if I win $1 billion, I'm going to get at least a $300 hand job.
Yeah.
That's I mean I wouldn't.
Or
spend
I'm
a
going to
penny
buy the massage parlor. Just buy it.
that. You know
Right?
what?
Why not own it, and then it's yours, and you got all those women, and that's part of their
Yeah, no,
their
that's
employment.
that's part of their employment. Yeah.
An employment contract.
Yeah, written in, giving hand jobs to Robert Kraft whenever he
I mean,
walks in
he's
the
a
room.
billionaire. What does an Asian massage parlor cost? Like 50 grand.
So here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing you never read about. Okay, so they bust all these Johns, for solicitation of prostitution. They go to court. So here, now let's picture this. We're in 2022, and a grown man is standing in front of another grown man. And sir, let's assume it's a 50-year-old man. It's a 45 or 50-year-old woman. They obviously engaged in sex for money. It's just like, man, it's like 2022. I left. Yeah, you know what I did too? I left the cap off the toothpaste and the toilet seat up. You want to get me on that one too?
They're almost the same.
I guarantee you that the police officers, the law enforcement making the bus, are thinking the same thing. It's like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wondering
What
if
are we
you left
doing?
the
This
toilet
fucking
seat
guy.
up.
What are we doing?
Right.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they just busted in some like rural town or in Alabama, like a Georgia sheriff was over in Alabama getting a quick handy, and they were doing a sting. You think there'd be some reciprocity, right? You'd just be like, hey man, we're going to be in Alabama this weekend, and it was a giant convention for law enforcement, right? That's when they decide.
Convention is code for escorts, by the
Well,
way.
no, but they're having a giant law enforcement convention in like Alabama, right? During that time, that's when they decide that they are going to do a prostitution sting, and they get a Georgia like sheriff.
Yeah.
And the worst part is the guy gets on the Alabama guy. He goes, "Yeah, you've probably heard by now we busted somebody," and he pulls out a color picture of the guy in his uniform and says, "Yep, we busted this guy, a Georgia sheriff, in a prostitution ring." And I'm just like, that guy's life is wrecked because he wanted a blowjob.
Exactly.
Because he was away from his wife and he just wanted a blowjob.
But here's what's going to happen: all the gun crime in Alabama and all the poverty is going to go down in Alabama because this guy's not going to get a hand job anymore, right? So we're all safe. We're all safe now, right? We could all take the burglar bars off our window because Officer Dudley Do-Right
Officer Jack off.
jacked me off.
That would have been, listen, if he would have said
Doesn't
that
get
his
to
name
squeeze
was,
one out.
if his name was Officer Off, Officer Me Off, Officer Jack Me Off. Yes, the irony is sick here. All right, let's continue to get this going. Our new guest is our brother from another mother. I've always wanted to say that. Mark. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and Mark, Teddy said it best. You complete a list of every single guest who is better than Ted at golf.
Eventually, we'll invite
somebody.
That's
not saying much.
No, it is not.
There's not saying much.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing special about that.
I swear to God, I'm not even joking. I am super surprised at how well you actually golf.
Thank you.
Based on the way you swing the club.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, when you see, I mean,
can we press the mute button now?
So Friday we were. It was Friday. No, it was Monday. It was Monday.
Right.
Teddy, and Mark and I and my son all went golfing, and when you watch Teddy swing, it's kind of like the analogy I use is a monkey fucking a football, right? That's what it looks like. But he has been playing a lot better.
No, but you're right. He looks at the ball and says, "How am I going to do this?"
And in the spirit of full disclosure, I did whiff a couple off the first tee. And
that was spectacular, Jimmy.
But did you have your sweatpants on?
I wish it would have been over my head so no one would see me.
And you wear your sweats?
Yes, there were grown men in the background laughing.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah, there was. Hell yeah, there was.
And I cried.
Well, you can't dress.
I cried a little bit on
You can't dress well because you don't play well. I get it.
No, he had a...
You got to dress for success.
Exactly. I was wearing my Bushwood.
He had a Bushwood T-shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
So there's no expectations. There's no expectations.
Yeah, it's very low. Okay, so Mark, I ask all of our guests, do you listen to any podcasts?
I do.
Okay, what kind of things you listen to?
The two podcasts I listen to a lot are Conan Needs a Friend.
Okay, love
Conan
that one.
O'Brien.
Yep, love Conan.
Serial, which is This American Life produced podcast.
Okay.
And what else?
Oh, what was that one you were telling me?
That was Shittown, yeah.
Shittown.
Yeah.
Shittown. That's where
That's
Teddy...
old. It's like 4 or 5 years old. But it's good. It was produced by Serial and This American Life, Ira Glass.
So I'm gonna do that. So just to make sure though, you don't listen, and this is important. You don't listen to any stupid fucking cheese podcast. Is that correct?
No, that's correct.
Oh, thank God. What?
My wife and I, we are Turophiles. That's a cheese connoisseur.
Oh God!
And we recently went to Europe and did a really cool 5-day Cassie culture tour of so many really good creameries.
Listen to me, folks. I'm going to kill myself right now, live on the air. Get the fuck out of there.
It was really good.
Then you would love the cheese podcast. You have got to check it out. Last week they did a show on Sudanese dromedary. That's a one-humped camel. Camel's milk cheese that made my mouth water. And Zainabi Dawi, famous Sudanese journalist, on talking about how she grew up making it with her father. It was pretty awesome.
All right, well then...
Poor choice of words, but okay.
Poor choice of terrible words. You didn't see that show?
Well, I guess I'm compelled to see it now because it's obviously all the rage.
Jim, do me a favor. Text it to me.
I will text it to you.
I'll listen to it as soon as we're done with this shit show.
What? Wait a minute, Jimmy. Let me get this straight. You now listen to the Cheese Podcast.
Yes, it's better than this shit.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
No, right. the Cheese Podcast kills you guys.
So it's like the gold. It's like the gold standard.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they got 500,000 listeners. So I mean, what the fuck, man? All right. So Teddy, here's what I want to do: brush up on your cheddar. Because next week it's all cheese all day.
Isn't there like a Mars Cheese Factory in Kenosha, Wisconsin? Maybe I should go there and do a little opposition research because that seems to be a place.
I can't believe. You know what? I can't believe.
I've never been there myself. Never.
I cannot believe that so many people listen to this stupid cheese podcast. Oh,
well, maybe can't be. We got to join them.
All right, man. Whatever. All right. Listen, I want to start with something everybody can relate to. Okay, relationship stuff. Right? We all have some sort of relationship, okay? Whether it's with a wife, a girlfriend, a wife and a girlfriend.
A guma.
Your guma. If you're a woman, maybe you have a wife, a girlfriend, a husband, a boyfriend, whatever, okay? And I think everyone who listens has been through this, and maybe we can actually help people going through a tough time in their relationship, all right? So this is a tough one. So let me run a scenario by you guys and see how it kind of mirrors our lives and what we would do, okay? I love doing this, okay? You have two choices. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Choice number 1. You quit your job. You stay home with your 2 kids and wife who has a good job and can support you. and at the same time, you keep a solid relationship with your first wife and your son from that relationship. Okay? Does that sound like something you guys would do?
Never.
So you're on your second wife right now.
So you're on your second wife, okay? With your first wife, you had one kid, and you still have a solid relationship with both of them. Your new wife, you have 2 kids, and you're staying home and hanging out with her instead of working.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that's interesting to anybody here?
What do you, interesting?
I mean, something you might do.
If it's out of necessity.
If it's
No,
financially feasible.
it's a choice. You can do that, or you can have the second choice. So it's not out of necessity.
I'm passing on the first
What's
choice.
the second choice?
Yeah, what's the second choice?
Okay.
I don't care. I'm taking the second choice. Whatever it is.
Okay, second choice. You can go back to playing professional football as the greatest quarterback of all time, trying to win your 8th Super Bowl, the second in the last 3 years, leaving your supermodel wife to take care of your 2 kids, and the insanely hot and rich mother of the oldest son to hold down the fort. How's that sound?
That's the one I want.
Number 2.
Number
is the
2.
way to go. Number 2 is the way to
Behind
go.
curtain number 2, I'll take it.
B.
Good call.
So if we're giving advice to Tom Brady, and that's Tom Brady's life.
Right.
That's Tom Brady's life. We all know that he spent a couple weeks away from the Buccaneers, kind of working with his wife.
No, not
And
working
then-
with anything, getting screamed at.
Right, and then he
and
said, "I
berated.
want out. I'm going back to football."
Right.
Exactly.
So
right.
And is she really that? What's her name? Giselle Bundchen, right?
why are you saying it
Bundchen?
like that, Ted? She's super
Like-
hot.
like
If
she's
she was in
ugly or
here,
something.
you'd be drooling and ripping your pants off.
Anyway,
Yeah, and quitting the show because she would tell you to.
and I went. I bet she's good at really bossing guys around. I
for
bet,
sure.
I bet that's her expertise. No, but doesn't she have like? I'm sure she has hired nannies to take care of the kids, so she's not really taking care of the kids per se. I heard she flew to Costa Rica because she threw a little snit fit, and it was a way to punish.
That's what I
Tom
do
Brady.
every time my wife and I have a fight. That's the first thing I do is I fly to Costa Rica. I don't even hesitate. I get in a plane and I fly to Costa Rica.
Well,
Yeah.
you can have a lot of fun for a little money.
Well, Giselle's there right now, so if you want to go meet up with her.
So while all that is happening, Tom Brady picked the ladder, and the Bears, Lions, and Giants get to suffer through another piece of shit year, while Tom Brady gets to stay away from his wife. Yeah.
So the Bears. We go to New England this year, right?
Bears? The Bears go to New England?
Is that?
I have no idea, dude. I
don't
couldn't
follow
care
them.
less. I could not care less about the Bears.
But all the personal goings on.
Right.
With Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, I
You
don't.
get a first wife, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Adult
Bridget
kid.
Moynihan.
Oh, he was married
that's
before?
I
didn't
don't know if he was
I didn't know that
married.
either. That's what I'm saying.
He
Matt
just had a
knows.
kid. He just had a kid with
Yeah.
her. That's also. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you
well-
can't tell me who the Bears are playing this year. But you could tell me all the personal goings on.
I know
They're
they're
playing
playing.
the
They're
Packers,
playing the
it's the
Packers
Lions.
twice, the
This is
Lions
the
twice,
Vikings.
and the
The
Vikings
Vikings.
twice.
Good
6
job.
games.
Oh, wait,
That's
hold
all I
on.
know.
And the 49ers
Once.
this week.
Yeah, because they're
Yes,
playing
Sunday.
them Sunday.
Yeah, that's all I know. Okay.
But I don't think Tom Brady. I don't think that was his. Like, I think he did that because that's what he's going to do all along. Like, take time off.
So
Yeah,
that
I
was
know.
a plan. It was kind of bullshit, and he blamed it on his wife.
Yeah.
What a bullshit move, man! Greatest asshole of all time.
But it sort of reminds me of okay, can you picture Brad Pitt getting screamed at by Angelina Jolie? It's kind of like the same
He
analogy.
did.
You got two really
Yeah.
good-looking,
They're fighting right now.
good-looking alpha male guys getting yelled at like they're 5-year-old kids.
Ted, they're fighting over a winery.
By their
I hope you
wives.
know this.
Well, I heard
Yeah, the two of them they're breaking up, and their personal winery is at stake. Ted.
No, I actually heard. I think Tom Brady was fighting that they did a $1 million upgrade to their pool, so that was a source of contention too. We have those. We all have those problems.
a one.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, you put Evian water in it? I mean, I don't get how do you make a $1 million improvement?
You get to dip your ball sack in gold flakes that are sprinkled in your pool.
It's Voss water.
Wait, is that a thing? Listen. If you could have gold water, I would pay $1 million to
Water
do that.
from Sedona, Arizona. It's just for natural spring water. It will just bathe you.
Or mineral water.
Mineral water. Yeah.
Dude, I kind
hey,
of
now.
hold on a second. I kind of dig that.
While a 60-year-old Asian woman massages you.
Why does she have to be 60?
Well,
Because that's when their hands have have the perfect
callus,
texture.
the perfect callus. It gets right on. It gets right there, and
Yeah, and it finishes you off right away.
they don't even.
Yes.
They just need their pinky and the ring finger. They don't even need the whole
God.
hand. I mean, that's not good.
That's gross.
That is gross because now Teddy just kind of again is showing this. I'm so glad we don't have
I
video.
just saw a 60-year-old Asian woman. Now I'm really Not in that way. I just saw her at the store.
Teddy's very visual with his hands.
Yes. So you guys, so we have a place by us. It's called H Mart. It's down the street from me, and it's a
Super
H Mart, and it's a very Asian centric place. And I go in there, and when
it's Korean. It's Korean actually.
Okay, but I mean, that's
still Asian.
Asian, right? So when I go in there and I see all the older ladies, I don't even look them in the face. I'm just looking at their hands. I'm just like, it's like, no, yes, no.
And then you can go to King's Spa.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. King's Spa's right there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's perfect. Okay, so guys, you guys know I hate talking about sports. I really do, because every time I tell somebody we do a show, they're like, "You talk about sports?" I'm like, "No, I hate sports. I really hate talking
we talk
about sports."
It, but it doesn't dominate the whole show.
But last week something important happened. So Joe Rogan had Aaron Rodgers on. Okay, and Aaron Rodgers, and by the way, this is weird because we were supposed to have Aaron Rodgers on last week, and he actually ghosted us to go to Joe Rogan.
No, we were supposed to have Aaron Rodgerson on.
That's really rude.
Oh, is that Aaron Rodgerson?
Rodgerson, yeah.
You were going to have the guy that they had in the stands that looked like Aaron Rodgers.
Like the guy who looks like the coach of the who looks like Andy Reid. He's like fan, but he has a clipboard.
And it was just like Andy Reid. Aaron spelled Erin. It was a female Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Oh wow. Okay, so all that hate mail I sent to both Joe Rogan and Aaron Rodgers, I really need to hit the comeback button on that because I was pretty mean about it. But so Aaron Rodgers said on Joe Rogan's podcast last week that he played a game all jacked up on Percocet, high as a kite. Yeah. He actually said he played completely fucked up.
He admitted that?
He admitted it.
He wouldn't say what game or.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Game he won.
So this is the funny.
It was a Bears game. Who cares?
You're gonna you're not gonna believe this. So obviously, as soon as he said it, there's a bunch of people who have way too much free time, right? And they all got online, and I think they it seems to me that they figured out what happened, right? So in 2018. Okay, and now remember, Aaron Rodgers has been playing since 2005, and he's been a starter since 2008. So some asshole went through all of these games. But in 2018, he was playing a game against the Bears. If you can believe this, it is against the Bears. And he got hurt immediately right away, and they took him to the locker room, okay? And he came back, okay? And I guess what had happened was the Bears were up 17-0. Mark is a season ticket holder.
I remember that game.
Yeah. He's a season ticket holder. He probably knows this. Aaron Rodgers came back, and they're pretty sure that was the game. So he's all jacked up on Percocet.
This wasn't a home game. This was the season opener on Sunday or Monday night.
Yeah, because we were at a golf course.
Yeah, we were at a golf course.
Yeah,
watching that game.
That was the first year that we got Mac.
Yeah.
They destroyed him in the first half. The Bears were up, shutting him out.
17-zip,
We looked like he was dead. There's no way he's coming back. All of a sudden he comes back, turns the table, they win the fucking game.
That was it was a Sunday night game.
It was a Sunday game.
It was a Sunday night game. Season opener for both teams.
Yeah. So we were in Wisconsin, right? And we're 17-0, and we're talking shit at halftime. We're in Wisconsin, so all the Packers fans are there. Where it's like, hey, your team's so fucking great now. We knocked your quarterback out. He comes back. He throws 3 touchdowns. The Packers win 24-23, and pretty sure that Aaron Rodgers was completely jacked up on Percocet. Wow! Congratulations.
But you could say that about every baseball player in the '70s, right? Remember who was the guy who threw the no-hitter for the Phillies? He was jacked up, not on like whatever the pills were back in the '70s, but like he said he saw 3 batters.
Whatever the pills were.
70s pills?
He saw 3 batters.
Tylenol.
He just threw it to the middle guy. Guy.
No way. I think
cyanide Tylenol.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I honestly think that in the '70s, they had probably stuff that was way better than Percocet.
Yeah. Uppers, downers.
No, I think they just had the same
Middlers.
drugs. They changed all the names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably.
It's a marketing thing.
You're probably right. Okay, Teddy, I paused long enough to let you get ready.
Buy me some time.
Buy you some time. Yeah. So you are prepared for your Ted's Tips for 20s. Okay, we're a little late. God damn, we're a half hour in, and we haven't done this. That's completely my fault. So, Teddy, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and do our sponsor, get that out of the way, because our sponsors love to go right before Teddy's Tips for 20s, because it is the most popular thing we do, if you can believe that.
Wow.
I
don't believe that, but okay.
It is. Jimmy, the feedback we get on social media for Ted's Tips for 20s is absolutely insane.
Is it working? Are you helping 20-year-olds?
Jimmy, I'll tell you right now, suicides are down, okay? Marriages are down. Happiness is up.
Yeah. People are engaging a lot more free love.
Okay.
They have more discretionary income.
Yeah, it's working. Okay,
Paying less taxes. Yeah.
Paying less taxes. Okay, so Teddy, I'll do this. You get ready. All right, here we go, folks. The price of everything is going up: food, medicine, alcohol. Well, the gang at Reggie's Discount Condoms is locking in 2019 prices for 2022. At Reggie's Discount Condoms, you can still get the same quality discount Jimmy hats that you always have. Don't pay those exorbitant prices for brand new cock socks. Reggie's has just what you need. The next time you need a cum catcher, go to Reggie's Discount Condoms. And remember the Reggie's guarantee: if you get her pregnant, you get your money back. Try Reggie's Discount Condoms. Save some money and put a little suspense in your life.
Nice.
Is there a student discount?
The Love Glove.
A student, it's already discount. I mean, what more do you want, man? I mean, do students even use condoms anymore?
Well, I'm taking online classes.
Show your ID. You'll get a discount at Reggie's. That would be the greatest thing. Listen, I had a job interview today, and there, it was ridiculous. They told me the salary, and I was just like, oh my god.
Was it for that cheesy podcast?
You know what? Screw you and your cheese podcast. But they just gave me such a shitty salary. But I was just like, you know what? If I can just, and I didn't ask right away. I was like, if I can work from home and not really work, I'm in. And she goes, I go, is this an in person thing or a remote thing? She goes, oh, it's a remote thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm in. I'm in. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
Sure.
Yeah, working at home is me sitting in the basement.
You just
spanking the monkey.
You just got to download that one app that makes it like it jiggles your mouse, makes it look like you're jiggling
your
mouse.
I'll be jiggling my mouse as I'm spanking the monkey.
He's gonna get that thing that Homer Simpson had. Remember?
Oh, the tapper.
The tap.
That little bird tapper.
So here's a pre-tip. Here's a pre-tip for all the people who work from home. The pre-tip is I've been doing some research. I don't work from home, but I was doing some research on it. So I guess people use Microsoft Teams, and I guess Microsoft Teams sucks because if you're like on a Zoom call or doing something, like if you're just away from your computer for just a minute, it goes from green to yellow, which makes it look like if your bosses were checking on you, it makes it look like you're not there. Even though you are there.
But you're not there, Ted. You're not there.
Well, you're just doing something else. So yeah, I suggest getting
That's not working,
that Homer Simpson thing where it just constantly presses like the Control Alt Delete, Control Alt Delete,
refresh.
In 3 months, Matt will be wearing a moo-moo.
Yeah.
Walk around the house. He got so fucking fat.
Or we could just hire someone off the street to just literally stand at your computer and do this. Pay them whatever your salary is. You pay them a third of that in cash, and then they just do this.
Ferris Bueller technology.
Do you see how
has anyone seen Matt? I heard he was at his computer, but then he was saving a baby from a burning building.
Do you see how ahead of a time the Simpsons were? Yeah. Homer Simpson was working from home.
Yeah,
he was a nuclear plant employee.
Yeah, before that even was a thing.
Yeah,
he
was he worked in a nuclear plant.
And he was vaccinated.
Yeah. Before there
was a vaccine.
He was vaccinated from just anything. Yeah.
He was like a man ahead of his time, like George Carlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Teddy, enough stalling. Let's hear it. Ted's tips for 20s.
Okay, here's the tip. I still like the work from home tip better, but the tip is stop taking tips. Stop taking tips. And what that means is that we turn on the TV, there's Tony Robbins, there's Joel Osteen, there's Dr. Phil, there's The View, there's Oprah. A lot of people are chirping in your ear, telling you all these things, how you should live your life. And, these are people who live, they live opulent lifestyles. They live in gated communities. And, yeah, they got, like, some common sense advice. Like, don't walk into traffic. Don't do, 20 lines of cocaine, stuff like that.
Hold on, Ted. I just need to write something down. So, Mark, what he said, 20? 20 was too many.
Well, not at the same time. You want to spread it out over like a week.
Could you imagine? Jesus Christ. How dead would you be after?
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
Wait, are you saying tips? Stop taking tips? As an advice?
Yes, stop taking advice from guys like that.
Don't listen to somebody who...
No, live your own life. Live your own life. Find out for yourself. I mean, we're all smart enough to make common sense decisions. We don't need a stranger on TV. For example, here, like Dr. Phil.
Take 10 lines, not 20.
Yeah, like Dr. Phil.
Tip.
You know what? Everybody knows that.
I've watched Dr. Phil, because I had some downtime. So, he's got that folksy, down home, southern accent, and he's giving people. But a lot of stuff he says is just common sense stuff, like you don't have incestual relationship with your relatives. Don't drink and drive. You might
hit a bump in space.
You might spill something. You might spill something.
You're right. There are way too many of those people on television.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we had Phil Donahue.
Oh, I love Phil Donahue.
Johnny Carson?
Ray Rayner.
Well, no, he wasn't.
Ray Rayner didn't give anybody
No, he
tips.
didn't give any
Weather tips.
We had
all the time. He'd tell you if their school is open or closed.
Well, that's
That's a
valuable.
tip.
That's a tip. Yeah.
That was, you know what though?
Useful tip.
Jim's
That
old
was
school.
great.
And
That
then
was
by the
great.
time he would tell you if your school is open or closed, you were late for school. Because it's like my school was always last. I'm like, it's 8:30. Am I open or am I closed?
Because they went in alphabetical order.
Yeah. That was terrible.
That was, you know what? That was your source of
Yes.
of information as a kid was Ray Rayner.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
You had no idea if your school was. It was a snowstorm. Are we open or not? You'd have to watch his show to find out.
Well, now you don't have to worry about that.
And that's a tip,
Yeah.
Ted. I don't care what you say. That is
Yeah,
a tip.
you're right. But at least that's
But
a practical
Ted's
tip.
saying no. He's
I
saying like
shouldn't have
gurus.
listened to him.
We're talking about life advice tips.
Oh,
like
life
to live.
advice.
Yeah, for example, there was a woman who actually, I guess Oprah Winfrey had a magazine called O, for Oprah, obviously. And I guess this woman...
that's all she could say when she had her mouth full.
that
was a good one.
That was a good side effect.
Thank you very much.
And so anyway, this woman, or a few people actually decided to live their life exactly whatever Oprah said in that magazine, they lived their life to the T, what Oprah preached.
And
well, the point is they weren't
400 pounds each.
Well, they weren't living their own life. They were just living somebody else's life, or based on their personal belief system. So
wow,
here's a better tip actually. So this is actually a bit closer to home. So we get advice from our friends. Okay, I'm gonna use women for an example. You know, it applies to guys too. But like, women will talk to other women and say, "Oh, don't go out with that guy because of blah blah blah." But that woman's only basing it on her experience with a guy
because she's scorned.
She's scorned. A woman scorned, right?
Right.
But yeah. But the point is, so this woman might want to do something. The other woman might want to do something, but she can't because her bestie over here is chirping in her ear like, "Oh, don't go out with this guy because he's like the devil incarnate." But how do you know that? You know, just because you made bad choices. You know, and even if this other woman makes a bad choice, let her make it. Let her live her own life. Be the captain of your own ship.
Right. I mean, the worst thing, you know, I mean, sometimes when you make a bad choice, things get really bad. But most of the time, if you make a bad choice, it's a little inconvenient. You learn a lesson,
it's a teachable moment.
and you move on, right? And then that kind of keeps you from making a giant mistake
at this point in our lives.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like
for
younger
20s.
people,
Yeah,
for
20s.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they kind of need to make some mistakes, right? So they know, you know, like here's the thing: if everybody got married when they were 20, then they would get it out of their system and they wouldn't have to do it again.
What's the one joke?
Hey,
I think what's the one joke?
my mom did it.
Yeah. What's the
what?
My mom was married at when she turned 20.
wow?
And then she got over it.
Divorced at 24. 2 kids.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she lived her life in reverse. She probably lived her teenage years and her early 20s years. When
Maybe.
She was
Well,
a
you
little
know,
bit-
she's forced to grow up real quick, right?
Yeah.
She's got 2 boys in 2 years, and
Well, what's the?
but
yeah.
I'm bringing everybody down now.
No,
I was making a joke.
Great
no,
tip.
no.
You can't get divorced unless you get married. That's
Well,
a tip.
unless you're Goldie
That's
Hawn,
my
unless you're-
20-year-old
unless
tip.
you're Goldie Hawn and Kurt
I
Russell.
tell
and
my
just-
daughters that you
Yeah.
cannot get divorced until you get married.
Isn't it like
Hey, man.
common law? Isn't it common law after 7 years in some states you could just like shack
I
up
don't
with
know about
somebody?
Oh, the fact of the matter is you can't throw your wife off a boat unless you marry her, right? I mean, that's the God's honest.
Or she hits her head and forgets about it. It's one of those 2 aspects. So.
Like that movie Overboard when she didn't know she was married. That's what you need. How perfect would that be?
No, why can't it be like a soap opera where she wakes up like she has amnesia? Like, who are you? It's
Oh,
like,
and
yes.
and
That's the movie.
and by
That's
the
the
way,
movie.
but Jim, they remade that movie too.
They
They
remade
remade that
Overboard?
movie too, and they reversed the roles.
Oh God.
So the guy,
So it was politically correct.
the guy forgot he was
Right.
married, and the girl was the happiest
All
woman.
guys-
Right? Then
all
they
guys
did
wanna forget they're
Overboard. They
married.
redid Overboard.
there's something.
Did they really? I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, when we watch like General Hospital, there's always somebody in the hospital with like the bandage around their head, and they wake up, they're like, I don't remember anything.
You know, there's still soap operas on. I was at the gym and they had the soap opera, whatever the channel is. I don't know if it's a soap opera channel or just Channel 7 or whatever. But yeah, they had soap operas on, and I'm watching this, and it's some of the same people that were on
Yeah.
Man,
like 30 years ago when I was watching
The
this.
place that you go where a soap opera's on the TV is not the gym.
Yes,
No, that's
look,
like a. No,
it's-
that's you're
It's
somewhere else.
it's the Turkish bath.
Yeah, you're somewhere. No,
He's
not a
at,
Turkish
he's
bath.
at Super H Mart.
Super.
He's in the Shishido makeup store.
I told you I don't watch TV when I'm there. I'm just looking at hands. All right, so Mark, let me ask you a question. Do you watch crime shows or cop shows?
Neither.
You no? Not at all. How about Teddy, Jimmy? You watch crime shows or cop shows?
I
Any
mean,
of that
I've seen
stuff?
like Forensic Files, like the first 48 hours.
What's
stuff
that
like
one?
that.
L.A. No, there's
L.A. Law.
NIC,
That's
No, 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 LA Law. It's-
NICS.
One
Miami
of
Vice.
those.
Miami Vice.
no, no. The ones
those were taken from
they're
true crime.
actual real cases, and then they turn them into a
Yeah,
with,
yeah. Cold case files. Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
sure.
That's-
You know
I
what I
love
watched?
those.
You know what I watched? True Detectives. They did 2 seasons of HBO, True Detectives.
Yeah, but that's
No,
pretty
but-
intense. Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was really good. I
Crime
saw
and
the
that,
first
that was-
one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
I do
and,
like Dateline. Dateline's.
Yeah.
I mean,
What was
when
that-
it's ever it's a husband and wife. Immediately when it's on, the guy did
what
it.
was that show, To Catch a Predator, with Chris Hansen? Remember, he'd always come so the guy would come like from 100 miles away because he thinks he's meeting like an underage girl or boy, and so he sits in the kitchen and you hear the voice in the background say, "I'll be right there,"
Yeah.
and then Chris Hansen comes out and he goes, "What are you doing here?"
Hey, why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have a seat?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, go ahead, take a seat. Go ahead, take a seat. Yeah.
Am I in
What?
trouble?
Yeah.
I
Are you here to meet a 12-year-old girl?
I can't answer that for you.
Yeah. Why do you have wine coolers? I just want to tell her that drinking wine coolers is bad, and then I was going to drink some and show her how bad it was. Yeah. Okay. Fuck up.
So I guess to answer your question, if it's Dateline fits that category, yes.
So do you guys all have cable or are you streaming?
I have cable.
You have
like,
cable?
It's cable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's-
What do you have?
I just stream. I just watch stuff
I
on
don't-
YouTube.
Yeah, so we got rid of Comcast, so we're all streaming.
Okay.
So now I could watch a lot of different shit. So I'm going back now. I'm watching All in the Family. I'm watching all those shows from the 70s and 80s. So I'm not watching any like current crime or nothing.
Okay.
I'm not
If
no live
any
TV.
of you could tell me if Soap is still available, I would love to watch Soap all over again.
Oh, so what was that? I
That
remember
was
seeing
the
that
greatest
big-
Soap rated.
Soap was the
greatest
awesome.
show.
And
One
they
of
had
the best-
spin-offs too. Benson was a
Benson.
spin-off with
Yeah.
that. There's
Yeah.
2 other spin-offs too.
Yeah.
That
no,
was the
Same with All in the Family. Benson. I mean,
Wait,
well,
why
Soap
don't
was
they
great.
have Soap?
That was
on
the start
stream-
of.
Can't you
I'm
stream
sure,
Soap?
Jimmy. I'm sure you can find it on like
I don't know.
Hulu
It's
or
streaming.
Netflix.
No, that's
or
what I'm
something.
talking about.
Yeah.
Those shows are all
Well,
streaming right now.
Mark, that's your assignment.
Is that like
after the show.
was that like around like when Barnaby Jones was out and
I'll text you about the Cheese podcast.
You've never
You text
seen.
me
You've
about
never
it.
watched Soap?
WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yes,
yeah,
he's
no, I've
watched
seen,
Soap.
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it.
okay,
I just
yeah.
it's been a long
Folks,
time.
I'm really sorry it degraded into television that you
1970
have
television.
never heard of before. But the reason I brought it up is 'cause-
Sanford and Son.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love that? So the reason I brought it up was I have a real crime story from Chesterfield, Pennsylvania. Okay, and this kind of right up Jimmy's alley where he talks about like real crime stuff. Okay, a little while back, a woman in Chesterfield, she died. Obviously, that's why we're doing this, right?
Under mysterious circumstances.
Well, yeah, it
that
kind of was.
That was likely probably ruled a homicide, I'm guessing.
No,
Oh.
and that's the funny thing, okay? So, well, not funny, but it's kind of a sad story. The cops found her dead in her house, right? And the investigators and the people investigating said that she had committed suicide.
Oh, I know. Yep,
Okay, so there was no signs of forced entry, no struggle, no evidence that anybody else had been in the room, just her body with about 25 stab wounds.
And the knife plunged into her chest. A 10-inch steak knife plunged into her chest, and she had stab wounds in the back of her head
That
too. By
sounds
the way, I
like
think. Yeah,
suicide to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I know what you're thinking. Right? Kind of like what her parents were thinking. Do a lot of people commit suicide by stabbing themselves multiple times, like 20? And the answer is never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the
never.
offender wouldn't have the foresight to like take a handkerchief and wipe off the fingerprints, right? And then make it look like there was no
Well,
forced
you
entry.
are
right?
the offender if you committed suicide when you stab yourself, right? So unfortunately,
It wasn't a game.
It was not. It was not a game where she
Okay.
stabbed herself to
Okay.
death.
All right.
It was not a game
Online.
where she. Yeah, so
Kind of a cool game, though.
it was- yeah, that's a great game. You win. Bye.
I mean, you
killed yourself. Congratulations.
Well, there actually have been people who've killed themselves through stabbing, or like what's Harikiri with the knife
Yeah.
with the Japanese, where they put the sword in them and
Yeah,
they
but that's
slice
just
their
that's
guts
it's a
open.
one-time shot,
Yeah.
Teddy. Not like 25 stab wounds.
But it takes a lot of guts. It
Harry
takes a lot of
Carey-
balls. A lot of balls.
You said
to-
guts. You just stab yourself in the guts.
I mean, it takes a lot of guts to
no
just
pun
stab yourself.
intended.
Yeah,
To stab
but
yourself.
but here's the problem. The police in Chesterfield, possibly not the greatest cops, because a few years earlier, they had a situation where a guy committed suicide. Well, they said they found a guy who had been shot 11 times and then sexually assaulted after he died. Yeah, and they had said that he committed suicide.
Case
So
closed.
these are all-
Case closed.
So wait,
None of these stories are
this
making
I
Dateline.
think I got hit by a car. This looks like Johnson. This is an open and shut case.
you said this is
Calling all cars.
It's a hit
Calling
and
all
run.
cars.
It's a hit and run.
This is Keystone, Connecticut. Keystone Con.
You think
No.
honestly, you would think that, right? You would. I mean, it's so crazy. What I don't. Small towns. I guess if there's not a lot of murders, you can't see the obvious, right? If you've never investigated one, maybe you just don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't think
imagine filling out that police report.
I don't think you need to be
Stabbed 25 times. Cause of death. Suicide.
yeah.
So this sounds like
at least say undetermined. don't say suicide.
Ted,
we have
Ted,
no
even
clue.
undetermined makes you sound like a moron. It makes you look stupid.
Well, no, actually, saying suicide makes you look
yeah,
moron in
well,
that case. Yes.
I don't get it. Okay, so guys, let's say you're starting a secret organization. Okay, are you guys here?
Skull and
I know
Bones?
this is kind of counterintuitive, but anybody in a secret organization?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Then it wouldn't be a secret.
Good job. Okay, so that's the first rule of Fight Club, right? Don't tell anybody. Okay, so say if you're pretty out there, you run a secret organization, you're pretty out there with your views, maybe you want to be able to take down the government phonies and run it the right way, there's two things you have to do, okay, whenever you run a secret organization. Number one, nobody talks about Fight Club, okay? You don't talk about it ever unless you're like in the room with your secret organization friends. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yep.
Great plan.
Right? Because what's Teddy, what's your favorite line? If two people know a secret, there's only one way to keep that secret?
No, actually, only two people can keep it secret if one of them's dead.
Right. Okay.
In general.
Okay. So number one, don't talk about the organization outside of your secret room or whatever. Number two, don't write down all the names of all the members of your secret organization.
Heidi Fleiss.
And then let someone have that list so they can spill the beans. Gentlemen, welcome to the second thing that the Oath Keepers could not do. Okay.
Sounded like they needed a consultant.
Yeah. Okay. So, listen. You guys probably all heard this story, right? How the Oath Keepers, all the names of like 10,000 people who are part of this secret organization who kind of want to take down the government. Their names are all out there now.
Well, the fact that we're talking about it, it's not so secret.
Well, I guess, you know what? I mean, I guess I don't understand. Like, if I'm running a secret organization, I don't think I'm going to write anything down. I don't think I need a roll call, right? If I just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to hang out Friday over at that one place. So if anybody wants to go, and if somebody said what place, they're not part of your organization and they're not going to go.
Well, don't you have to have like an indoctrination process too, where you got to like beat them, like you get beaten into a gang or something like that? You need to show that you're committed. Like it doesn't like the
Ted,
Japanese
that's a gang. I don't think a secret organization. I don't think you get beat in or
he's
screwed
right,
in.
No. You're 100% right. They're definitely, with this group of morons, there has to be an initiation process.
What? Okay,
there has to be some process that they all go through.
You need to lose a toe.
So
you got to give up a toe.
Like,
you got to give up a toe.
Like naked spanking or
yes.
like a what's an elephant walk thing where they grab each other's dicks and get on all fours?
It needs to be on
I'm
video,
picturing
so we need
like
to
the scene
blackmail
from
you.
Revenge of the Nerds, the hazing scene when they. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what these
Lambda,
guys.
lambda,
that's what
lambda.
these are.
And Omega Moon.
That's what these guys.
No, you have to
do.
have something over them, so you have to have some type of like, not that you're going to use it, but
Right.
some type of form
You
of
fucked a
black-
goat.
some-
You're in forever, you dummy.
Yeah.
Nobody else fucked that goat but you.
So you give the guy crystal meth. He does.
But
some
hold on,
really
but
stupid
everybody
shit,
fucked
and
a goat,
you
right?
record-
You
record
just
all of
tell
it.
that
Yeah,
guy
and you record
that
all
he's
of
the
it.
only one that fucked that goat,
I mean, we're
but
not we're not going to
By
show
goat,
him.
I'm not talking about Tom Brady.
No, you don't want Giselle's, because then she'll just go to Costa Rica again. You don't want that. You
That's
absolutely
a
don't want
whole
that.
nother level
And
now.
she'll give
you
you
can't
the
say that anymore.
and she'll give you the silent
You
treatment.
can't say goat.
I fucked a goat and was like, "You fucked Michael Jordan?" What? No. It used to be a thing. Like people like initiation. It was a joke thing.
A goat's a farm
Goat
animal. Yeah.
fuckers. Okay, so now we know. So guys, if we start if we start a secret organization, when I say we're all fucking a goat, we're just actually fucking a goat.
Right, okay.
Yeah, an animal. Okay, so here's my favorite thing. A bunch of guys got busted. You guys heard about this, right? Like a bunch of law enforcement people and everything. They got their names out there, and people know that they are out there and that they were part of this organization. And some of the guys are backpedaling in a fantastical way. Okay,
Nice.
So one guy said he signed up not to be involved, but he wanted to see what was going on so that he could make sure he could stop it.
So he's running reverse sting. Got it. Yeah. That's the
Exactly.
best
Whoa!
defense.
I thought
Remember.
this was the loaf keepers. My dad was in the bread business.
No, I only did it to make sure so I can turn him in at the
What's
end.
an oath?
Exactly. You know what? I wanted to see what they could do, and I wanted to stop them. That's the most important thing, is stopping the loaf
But
keepers.
it was a
I hate
2-year
bread.
commitment, so I had to make sure.
Doesn't Oprah wait? Oprah hates bread, doesn't she? Oprah hates bread, doesn't she?
Not by the size of her.
Okay, so another dude said he thinks his friend may have signed him up and paid his dues as a prank.
Is that like getting
And
your
signed his name.
That's like getting your
Ted,
Twitter account hacked, right? You get your Twitter account hacked. Yeah.
Ted, your good friend Matt, unbeknownst to you, signed you up for a club.
Yep, it's called Goat Fuckers.
Yeah. It's like so if I got subscriptions to Guns and Ammo magazine and Hustler and
Oh, remember we used to do that? You used to get the things and fill them out for people.
And then fill it out for you and just have them send
yeah.
to you.
So we did that with Playboy. My old man got Playboy and Penthouse, and we would take that little card and we would fill out our friends' names and their addresses, and then they would get it sent to them. Oh man,
we did that as well.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was fun until your friends found out and kicked the shit out of you.
Right.
That was.
Or they did it to you.
Okay, so another guy said his name must have just accidentally gotten on the list. It just got on the list
because his name was John Smith.
Yep. You know how sometimes when you're in a store and somebody walks up to you and says like here's $100, and you're just like, why are you giving me $100? Well, your name was on the list. No, it was an accident, total accident. But my favorite is this guy who said that he did pay and he got the emails, but he never read any of them. Okay, because he knew that they contained things that he didn't want to be involved with. And then a reporter, kind of following up, asked him why he just didn't quit the group and block the emails. He said it was just easier not to read them.
So he was a millennial.
Yeah, he just got it, but he was just too lazy to,
I get him.
Well, I mean,
but I don't read them.
Can the government prove they actually read them? Just because you receive some, I mean, let's say you get an unsolicited email in your junk email folder and it's something really bad.
Over and over and over again for 10 years, Ted.
They're on the list.
What if he does not use the
with
block
your
button?
name on the list?
They're on the list.
He does not use the block button.
It just doesn't that seem? I mean, the excuses that people come up with are the greatest thing. Honey, I was not having sex with that woman. What happened was her vagina was on fire, and I was very horny, and I thought the best way to put out her vagina was to stick my wiener in there and fill it.
There needs to be an attorney out there that goes and solicits all these guys and say, listen, you thought it was the loaf keepers. You thought it was the oaf keepers because you're a lazy fucking oaf. And then going down the list, and they could sell them. I mean, this guy's like, I'm 300 pounds. I thought it was the oaf keepers. I'm trying to keep I'm an oaf.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's funny. Like, so remember that Michigan case where like they like 7 guys were on trial for like attempting to kidnap the governor of Michigan?
They all.
So 5 of them got acquitted, but then 2 of them got retried and got convicted.
Yeah.
And so the argument was, their defense was like, they're number one, too stupid to pull it off, and number 2, they couldn't do it anyway because it was so fantastically dumb. Like they're going to put her on a boat in the middle of Lake Michigan or Lake Huron or wherever it is, where it's like it's not even possible that would happen. And the government argued like, well, it doesn't matter if they could actually pull it off or not. But they talked about it.
We were kidding.
We're joking.
Fucking around.
That was a joke. I didn't want to shoot her in the head 10 times and then bury her up to her neck on the beach.
We were going to fly her over Detroit Stadium during the halftime show
and drop her dead body
Jesse
out.
Smollett.
No, it's Juicy Smollett. Juicy
Maybe it was.
Smollett.
He probably orchestrated it.
Really? I mean,
Juicy Smollett.
It just seems so crazy.
Still denying it to this day. Love it.
Yeah.
He is. He's trying it, but he's not denying it. I can tell you that. Okay, so it's been a while since we mentioned friend of the show, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, but she can't stop being a dipshit. And you guys might have heard this. Last week, she compared Joe Biden to Hitler. Yeah, that's. I mean,
I was going to stop talking about Hitler, but you keep bringing it back. So
well, no, not me. Literally, somebody compared the president of the United States to Hitler, and then after she did this, she had a doctored photo of Biden to make him look like Hitler
with the Hitler mustache.
Yeah, with the hashtag Nazi Joe has to go. Yeah. That is an elected.
Well, he does have to
official.
go, but he's not.
Well, he's going to go eventually. So Queen Elizabeth 96, Joe Biden.
I thought she would outlive him.
He's got the 7-year plan. Yeah, so he's got.
Listen. I believe that she has finally gone off the deep end. Okay, I mean,
she's one of your listeners.
Oh, she's a friend of the show. She loves the show.
No, but you know what she's you're not seeing the big picture. But you know what she's doing? She's throwing her base red meat. A lot of red meat to her base.
Ted.
That's what it's about.
Ted.
Because here's the thing. The most dangerous politician actually is not a Marjorie Taylor Greene, because most politicians, it's like Hillary Clinton. Like, so have you heard this when she was doing the debates with?
Don't say it. Don't
Trump?
Say the word. Don't say motivated.
No. So she had her whatever she said to her private donor, she said one thing.
Oh yes, we've all heard this.
And then her public donor, she would say another thing.
Yeah.
So she obviously doesn't care. She just says whatever she needs to say to get elected.
Yeah, but Teddy.
But the people who truly believe what they believe in, those are the most dangerous politicians.
There's a line you can't cross.
Nobody that believes in that stuff. They're all doing it for what you just said.
But there are some people who truly believe.
But Teddy, you can't compare I don't care how much you hate Joe Biden, and I am no fan. I am no fan of Joe Biden.
I don't hate Joe Biden.
Okay,
yeah, so.
I am no fan of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But comparing him to Hitler, listen.
Any American citizen, let alone elected official, that compares the president of the United States to Adolf Hitler is out of their fucking mind.
Sure, obviously.
And she was elected president. I mean, she's an elected official.
She's an elected
talking
official.
about the president.
Congress,
Right. So I'm going to give her some heartfelt advice. Okay, are you ready, Margie? I'm sure she doesn't mind if I call her Margie. Baby, is this better?
Play the music.
Okay.
Play the.
Okay. So Hitler and his cronies systematically slaughtered over 15 million people. Okay. One of the most horrible things that ever happened. Joe Biden helped the environment a little bit. He gave a few people a break on their student loans, fell off a bike or two, can't read off a teleprompter to save his life.
And then pretends he doesn't know Hunter Biden's Chinese associates. But other than that, he didn't do anything wrong. So.
But baby, Margie, sweetie, back the truck up, okay? Stop talking for a few weeks. Let your brain possibly catch up to your mouth and stop, okay? The few fans that you're getting out of this, it's not worth it. You're going to look back at some point in your life, and you're just going to say, what the fuck did I do?
But you have to remember, she's only a member of Congress, and there's like 425 Congress people. So I mean, her power is very limited in the scheme of things.
But Teddy, you can't. There's a line. There's got to be a line. Listen, I get free speech all day long, but there's a line, man. I mean, Hitler's. You can't do it.
But she did it because not only did she do it, but it was publicized throughout multiple media news outlets. So obviously she did do it,
including this show.
And we're doing it too. We're enabling her.
Listen, all those people who voted for her. If you honestly aren't saying to yourself, "Yeah, I made a giant mistake. This is kind of
how many
ridiculous."
How many people you think voted for her?
One more than
how big do you think
that?
How big do you think that district was?
Whoever's in her. I don't even know where she's from. What state is she even from?
If there were 40 voters, she got 21, right? I honestly I have no idea what percentage she won, but it's too much, man.
Here, look at this way. Okay, so let's just talk about this from her side, just real quick. Term limits. So for example, Joe Biden's been in politics for 50 years. Nancy Pelosi is 82 years old. Dianne Feinstein from California is 88 years old. She can't remember anything. I mean, it's not her fault. It's just the aging process. But the point is, she still has a high-level job in the Senate, and she's incompetent.
Well, we've said this a million times. She needs to not be.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You got to put her out the pasture. No offense. I mean, not like I'm not saying euthanize her. I'm just saying just get
So we're not saying that. We're not saying euthanize her. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Teddy's part of the Chicago outfit now.
He's part of the mob.
Oh, you want to hear a funny outfit story?
They put one of yours in office. We put two of theirs in the morgue.
I'm reading the book right now.
So I'll tell you a funny outfit story.
Book?
So
it's called Operation Family Secrets.
Oh, that's Teddy.
We like secrets.
No, we don't. Secrets are bad. Because if you and I know a secret, I want to keep that secret. You're killing
dead.
You. Yeah, you're a dead man.
Well, if you ask me to come out to the Forest Preserve, my dental records, I'm not showing up.
Why would anyone voluntarily bring? Yeah, I need you to bring all of your IDs, your dental records,
to this cornfield in Indiana. No,
and your car keys.
Exactly. So anyway, Al Capone, who was originally from New York, and everybody calls him a gangster, but he was actually a bootlegger. So I guess when he was in Chicago, a couple of whoever the crime family was in New York back in the 1920s hired a couple of hitmen to come out and kill Al Capone. And obviously his guys got to those guys before they could get to him, and I guess they killed him, cut him up in pieces, and they sent him back to New York with a sign that says, "Don't send a boy to do a man's job."
Whoa,
that was kind of cool.
Wow,
dude!
You know what? That's a tip. That's your next tip next week. Tip for
don't
20s. Tip for 20s.
Don't send a boy to do.
Tip for 20s.
Mark, you're a genius. You are a genius.
You were 18. Now you're in your 20s. Don't send a boy
to do a man's job.
To do a man's job.
Next show.
Wow. Or woman's job.
Exactly.
You know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Let's
Mark.
be all inclusive. We're all inclusive here.
Yeah. Don't send a
So
youngster.
we're talking about dumb politicians, and you don't want to talk about sports, but one name, Herschel Walker. All right. I just read something.
Yeah, he is both.
So somebody said his helmet didn't work when he played. He said something the other day. He said the top 3 things that women are most concerned about coming up in this next election, the midterms.
And Herschel Walker knows these 3 things.
He said the economy.
Okay, I would go with that.
It was one of the things was the economy, and the reason why he picked the economy is because it affects women more than men.
Oh boy,
they got to buy the groceries. He said, that's what he said. I swear to God.
Man's a genius.
Came out of his mouth.
Man's
He
a
said,
genius.
It affects women. The economy affects women more than men because they have to buy the groceries.
Doesn't this guy have a speechwriter?
I don't even think he has. I don't even think he has a brain.
And now, you know what I'm thinking to myself? I just got back from fucking Mariano's.
Hey, lady.
What a bitch I am. I mean, what the hell? I mean, seriously. Who says that? And he's
running for Senate.
Well, he was the guy. He was the guy that said our good air is getting replaced by Chinese bad air.
Or don't we already have enough trees?
Yeah, when they were talking
Don't
about
we already have enough trees?
Yeah.
Mr. T said that too, didn't he?
We do have a lot of trees. There are a lot of trees.
Mr. T fixed that.
Mr. T's still alive. I think he's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's the man.
Is he really?
I love Mr. T.
He's running for
Chicago guy.
political office as well.
No, he's not.
He's too smart. He's way smarter than that.
No. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. How do you make sure everyone knows you're a dick? If you were just a giant jag-off dick, what could you do to make sure that everybody knows?
Bumper stickers.
Ooh.
Just be real condescending all the time, right? I mean, that's kind of a telltale sign, right?
Okay.
No, you could be having a bad day.
Patronizing.
No, you could be having a bad
or
day.
a bad life.
That's true.
Well,
that's
I mean,
true.
If you're
I mean, you
if you
need
do it all the time.
you need people to know. You need like a large amount of people at one time to know that you're a dick. Jimmy, any ideas how you could really, really show everybody?
It's a good question. I mean, I'm so good at it, but I just can't.
But it's just so natural. You're so seamless. You're so seamless. It's like a seamless. It's like I don't even feel like I'm being treated like shit. I mean, it's like I'm actually I'm impressed. Like, wow.
No, I think insulting somebody is showing you're a dick.
Well, actually,
Ooh.
I think without
It's very insulting.
Well, I mean,
I think Jimmy's on the right track
well,
here.
like overtly insulting them, or just like subtly.
Like just
Overtly. Teddy?
Overtly
Teddy,
insulting somebody.
listen, Jimmy is on it. Okay, so you ready? There's a guy last week, and he wanted to make sure that the whole world knew that he was a dick, right? And it's easy nowadays.
Actually, Steve Jobs was a dick. Steve Jobs from Apple.
Steve Jobs.
Jobs, whatever.
No. Sounded good. Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Sounded a little.
See what I'm saying?
He was a dick.
See how it sounded good?
It sounded like he knew what the fuck he was talking
good.
So here's an example. I guess Steve Jobs being a dick.
Jobs.
Whatever.
Are we just going to do this?
Sorry. I guess he was at a restaurant. Just it was a nothing burger, and like they asked to seat him, and it was like him and somebody else, and he goes, "Oh, sir, table for 3." He goes, "No, it's just 2 of us." I mean, he's just a patronizing prick, So
they got it wrong, and he corrected him, but in a dick way.
It was just something real minor, right? So he didn't insult him directly,
Ted,
but yeah.
Ted, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Horrible person.
Nothing.
Oh, it gets worse.
Are you ready?
And he's dead. The guy's dead.
Well,
seriously?
he earned it.
Well, I didn't kill him.
Well, your story did.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
you
don't
would have
know
called
that.
him Steve Jobs enough times, he
Yeah,
probably would
yeah.
have pep fucking.
My name is Jobs. You
He probably
jag.
would have
See, the guy's a dick. He won't even. He doesn't like when people call him by his
Actually,
name.
whose last name is Jobs? I mean, it's like the only name I've ever heard.
He would have stabbed himself 25 times.
Mr. Hand and Mr. Blow. Okay. All right. So this guy gets on an airplane, American Airlines flight last week, and he goes full asshole. Okay. He's having a bad day. He starts off immediately, okay, by getting on the plane. Sorry, drunk as fuck. Okay. So he is
Train would be. I mean, like, oh yeah, that happened.
train. Yeah. So gets on the plane and he is super drunk. Okay. And then immediately he lets everyone know his feelings about homosexuals. Okay. And
Did they ask?
no one
okay.
asked. No one asked.
He just said it unsolicited. Okay,
just-
that's good.
he
Oh,
Was this
Yeah.
before or after he was greeted?
Immediately after he walked onto the plane,
Wait,
while he's still
I-
standing up, he let
guaranteed
the
male
whole world
flight
know.
Pilot's
attendant.
there. The pilot's there. The flight
Wait,
attendant's
no,
there.
I thought
Yes,
if
yes.
you're like that drunk, they actually won't even let you on the plane. Like if you're like overtly drunk and you like stumble on.
Yeah, but you get on. Yeah, go.
So,
get-
no,
go-
somehow he ended up on the plane enough,
on.
right?
He
And he
wasn't
immediately
flying it. He was just getting on
Well,
it.
they stopped him at the gate, and he's like, "I'm a diabetic, man. I'm a diabetic. I just need to sit down and get my pretzels. I'll be all right."
these pretzels are
You
making me.
fucking asshole.
Was he like? It sounds like he's Paulie from like Goodfellas or
I
something.
know every one of my anger accents is
Yeah,
like a mafia guy.
Yeah, as soon as Mark starts
it's the book
drinking,
I'm reading. It's the book I'm reading right now.
oh man, he's becoming that. Okay, so he gets on. He immediately lets everyone know his view on
Don't say it,
homosexuals.
Matt. Don't fucking say it. Oh, go ahead. I'm kidding.
And then he lets everyone know how he feels about people who don't look just like him. Okay, so now he's on his homosexual rant, he's on his racist rant. He finishes up with a nice collection of swear words, okay? Because I think you can't really make your point, okay, without really adding a few swear
I'm
words.
assuming that this is before the plane took off.
Before the plane took
well,
off.
that's good because
This
they
is
can.
American Airlines, right?
American
Frontier.
Airlines. America.
Frontier. Spirit.
Spirit Airlines.
JetBlue. So
I'm just saying, it's
and
America.
he got in the cockpit and flew away.
So the pilot was like, "Oh, let's
And
get,
they were late. Yeah.
let's get the Flexa cups and hogtie this."
Well,
motherfucker."
hold on. There's more. I mean, if you're going to let the whole world know you're a dick, you really have to go more.
So at this point, he's sitting down, right?
No, he is not sitting
so
down
he's still
yet.
making his
he
way
is
in his
not
seat.
sitting
So he's
down
in
because
line to
he's
board the plane?
he's kind of he's on the plane. He's kind of in the runway,
standing in the aisle.
right?
He's
Standing in the aisle,
yeah.
and now he's letting everybody kind of know his views because now he's got a captive audience, right? He immediately lets everyone know that he's got a great job at a pharmaceutical company.
No, he had a great job at pharmaceutical.
Well, okay. So of course you know what's happening while he's doing this. You know what everybody else is doing, right? Anybody want to take a guess?
They're
cell
filming
phone,
them. They're
cell
all
phone
filming them,
video,
right? All filming them.
YouTube, TikTok,
They're all
everybody.
Instagram,
They're all filming.
World
They're all
Star,
taking notes.
World Star.
They are. You don't even need to take notes anymore.
World Star.
Yeah. So immediately the flight attendants, before anything even gets going, they say, "Sir, we'd like you to leave." Okay. And he screams at the flight attendant. He says, "Am I being kicked off because I'm racist?" Okay. Am I being kicked off because I'm racist? So he's in crisis mode. He's doing a little backtracking. Now, at this point in his little tirade, he's actually used the N-word about 20 times. Now, remember, he's in a plane with 150 other people, just random people, and he's done all of this, okay? So now he's just like, listen, I'm not a racist, and I can prove it to you, okay? This whole thing is a misunderstanding. He says, and this is what he says to the people. It's all on video. He says, you can tell I'm not a racist. Would a racist have a black carry-on bag?
Oh, or would a racist fly Spirit?
Would a racist have a black carry-on bag?
Sounds like an Oath Keeper excuse to me.
Yeah. That was his claim to.
He does have a good point.
I'm picturing like a Family Guy episode.
It's
Like,
the video is that ridiculous, right? So good news. He gets kicked off the plane. The video was posted everywhere, and his company, I believe he worked for Glaxo Pharmaceutical.
Yeah,
Glaxo Pharmaceutical, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they
they're
see
in
this.
Gotham, out of Gotham.
Yeah. So they see this video and they immediately fire him, right? So he storms into now this part I got on the down low, right? Mm-hmm. That he storms into Glaxo and he says, "Are you firing me because I'm racist?" And they're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Would a racist have a black car?"
Well, at least it's consistent. At least it's consistent. So, actually, my favorite, just real quick, my favorite.
There's no way.
So
No, I'm fucking with you.
So, Mark,
Yeah, there's no way. I'm like,
that was a good joke. So, actually, but this is real. So, my favorite plane story is about a couple of months ago. Some guy was on a plane, and he masturbated 4 times.
Yeah, we talked about it on the
on
show.
the plane. Within like a 2-hour flight, and of course he got like arrested when he
what do you
deported.
mean I masturbated 4 times?
I mean, he jerked off.
Okay.
Mark, you obviously didn't listen to the show, but he masturbated to completion
and he
4 times
ejaculated
on a
there you
plane.
in front of whatever strangers, and I'm like, that guy should be a porn star. I mean, that guy should. Someone needs to hire that guy.
That guy needs to be on
'cause
Soul
if you're
Plane.
that good,
He needs to be on Soul Plane.
How do you
with
know he's
Snoop
not?
Dogg.
well, I mean, if he's not, he should be. I'm just saying. So,
Dude, come on.
after he pays his fine, of course, So.
Come on, man. That's pretty crazy, right? All right, so listen, I don't want to have all bad things, okay? So you guys remember high school, right? You guys remember how much fun high school was?
No, actually, it was miserable, and then
What?
It was the best 10 years of my life.
No.
Seriously, Teddy, you did not have fun. You went to Lane Well, not with me,
Yeah.
but when I was there, you did not have fun.
I mean, it was like okay. I mean, I wasn't like in love. I mean, if I would have had a cell phone, it would have been better. But I mean, back then, there's like nothing.
God, if we had cell phones, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind.
No, that would be the worst.
That would be the
man.
worst thing ever.
Yeah. I can't even imagine.
A lot of
I had to talk to real people. I'm like, this sucks.
Ted, what are you talking about? High school was you did not have fun.
I mean, it was like okay. I mean, I wasn't like.
But
I
wait,
wasn't
you
like
guys
tortured.
were at Lane before or after? I'm sorry that they were swimming naked. So
Well, yeah, there were guys and girls. I wish they were swimming naked. One of my couple of the girls in my swim class were phenomenal.
I went to Gordon Tech.
Oh, you went to Gordon? Yeah.
I went to
Oh,
Gordon.
I went
that's
to
an
summer,
all.
I went to summer school in Gordon. I graduated there.
Good
So
job,
thank-
Ted.
thank-
No
thank
wonder
you for that.
no wonder high school sucked for you.
Poor Ted. You got to go to summer school every year. Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
dating.
Hey! I did.
I went to summer school one year.
Summer school
So I'm dating this
sucks.
girl. I'm dating a girl in high school, and her dad graduated from Lane, like in 1968 or 69. He goes, "You know, it used to be an all boys school." I'm like, "I didn't know that." Yeah. We used to swim naked. Oh, what do you mean you swam naked? Yeah. No swim trunks. Naked. Like, what? But
very
was
aerodynamic.
I think it was like a rhetorical question.
What year was that? 69. I'm like, they invented swimsuits back then. They had swimsuits, right? But you guys swam naked. They did, and then I found out like later on it was a thing.
Yeah, Mark, listen, I will tell you this.
In all the boys' schools, they swam naked. If they had a pool, they swam naked.
Even in the 80s, when I was in high school, one of my buddies went to St. Pat's High School, Catholic high school.
Which is still there.
Still there.
Yep.
And he swam naked. They
freshman
swim class in the 80s when I was in high school swimming with
they stopped
super
swimming
hot
naked
chicks
in like,
at Lane.
in like 82 or 83 something like that.
No, it was later than that because I think wasn't I in high school? I was in high school
Pat's
in the 80s.
may still swim naked. No.
Yeah, but no, I still to this day, this is the thing that blows my mind. What is the purpose? What was besides the gym teacher wanting to see everybody's dick? What was the purpose of swimming naked?
I know the purpose at St. Pat's. I can't figure it out at Lane though.
Well, I mean, I'm naked right now, but that's not besides the point.
You're not swimming.
Disturbing. Yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay.
I am.
You're not swimming, so it's okay.
It's totally okay. When you're in water, it's fucked up.
I'm swimming, baby.
It's screwed up when you're
Ted,
in water.
if there was even a glass of water near you, I would be freaking out right now. But yeah, you know what? That is funny that you bring that up. That is the craziest thing to me. What I still to this day, what was the purpose?
That was my first reaction. And I was like 19 years old. I goes, you had they invented swimsuits.
I would never admit that.
I mean, what can you
tell
it's
someone I swam naked?
It's common knowledge,
That's the
man.
first thing I bring up to all these guys I meet that went to Lane that graduated.
I mean, I went to an all guys high school. I don't even like admitting that.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Holy
that
Cross.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, Weber didn't have a pool, right? That's why you guys were lucky. You had no pool.
No, I went to Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is
did
a
you
big-
We had a pond.
a pool or
Pond. Pond's good for you.
We swam naked in the pond.
Yeah, I was going to
With
say pond is better for you.
priest.
That wasn't a pond. That was a sewer plant.
Sounds like some
It
blue.
was a
Sounds like
Nile
some blue.
sewer
Sounds like
plant.
some Blue Lagoon shit.
And our swim coach was Father Grab-It-All.
He like to give you guys
When
candy.
you're with the
and-
priest, it's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys watch movies together on weekends? All that good stuff. Yeah.
They're swimming in holy water.
See, that would be the worst thing. Like if you were doing that in high school and you went to a public pool, you would just like go in the locker room, strip naked, and start walking out in the pool because you wouldn't even know any better, right?
Could you imagine being a freshman
No.
in high school and then jumping?
No, I could not. I could not imagine that for the life of me.
I mean, I was in the military, so I mean, when you showered,
You guys
with,
swam
were?
naked?
When
Yeah,
you
but
showered
you
with the
weren't-
guys, we're all
Jimmy,
naked.
I mean,
it's not
Teddy,
a big deal.
Teddy, after basketball or whatever,
different.
we take a shower. That's
different.
one
I
thing.
was in summer camp when I was a kid, and like there was a communal shower, so like you'd see other naked guys, or like even the spot.
Yeah,
like,
but Ted, you weren't washing each other's dicks. I mean,
no, there was
You
no
might have.
there was no helmet washing unless it was
No,
my own.
that's not the point. I mean, showering's one thing. You're in the shower. And
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, that's-
jumping in like an open pool, everyone's naked,
That's-
standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that ain't right.
That's
That
what
just
it
smells
was.
bad.
All right, let's move on.
Literally.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, so Wichita, the Wichita high schools have a different problem. They have a slightly different problem. Okay, last week in beautiful Wichita during the school week,
Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas.
That's where the people train run out of.
The people train.
Stubbville.
Stubbville.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, he knows. Jim's online with me.
Yeah,
He's
planes, trains, automobiles. Come on.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Planes, trains,
right.
People train don't run out of Wichita.
Stubbville.
Oh man,
Unless you're a
when he's
hog or
Owen,
cattle.
yeah.
she's strong. She's strong. She'll throw you bags in there. Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay,
There's a people trained there now.
okay. So at the
Stubbville.
that is so insane that both you all know that.
And you know,
Okay.
that scene was in Braidwood, Illinois, not in Wichita.
I know.
I know
Off
exactly
of
where that
55. Off
yep,
of
you see
55.
the hotel
Yeah,
there,
I see
yep.
it all the time.
What?
Matter of fact,
You guys have.
I
Serious.
just sent somebody a text that they had
It's
a.
called the Sun Motel now.
It is. They changed the
Used
name.
to be the
Fu- I-
Braidwood Inn.
There's no
Believe
fuck.
me.
I'm
There's
telling you
no
100%.
better movie buff
I
than
just
me.
sent somebody a text. He was there. I go, you should stay at the Braidwood Inn.
And go
he
to
goes,
Stubbville.
all right. He's looking it up. He says, no, it's called something else now. I go, it's just fucking around. It's from a movie. Don't stay there. He goes, it's a motel. I go, yeah, don't stay there.
All right, Teddy, are you I'm going to take a break and we'll come back.
I'm going to.
We'll have motel talk.
Well, I
I'm going
mean,
to the Braidwood.
it's a better subject than boys swimming naked. I mean, come on.
All right, and welcome back to Motel Talk. Okay, so when we Jesus
How
Christ,
about a motel podcast?
Ooh.
about
whoa,
motels.
Jimmy's jumping in our territory now.
Yes.
Wait, you're saying a podcast about motels?
No, a podcast that replaces the cheese podcast with a motel podcast.
We already have
'cause,
that
you know,
going on
there's
right
a
now.
lot of.
Ted.
but
So,
exclusive.
wait a minute, hold
working
on.
on
Don't,
it.
Teddy, don't give ideas away. The Cheese Podcast has 500,000 listeners a week. Okay, we have 1,000 listeners a week, Ted. 1,000 listeners. So you're saying we change everything up, and next week is all motels?
No, I mean just for one session, not for the whole thing.
No,
So,
Ted, we have to have a theme.
Okay.
Either we're three idiots or we're three idiots that talk about motels.
Were there Motel 6?
Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn.
All right, listen, I'm going to get to this. God damn it, okay? In beautiful Wichita, the high schools, they have a different problem than swimming naked, okay? They have a fighting problem, okay? In the last week, they have had 3 brawls and 2 separate incidents where students brought guns to school. Yeah, so the superintendent sent a letter home, and he said that on Monday, they had an all-out brawl. On Wednesday, they had an all-out giant brawl.
But not with guns.
No. On Thursday, they had an all-out brawl, and a student brought a gun. And on Friday, a student brought a gun. But in the letter, he said nothing happened on Tuesday. So from here on, they're calling Tuesdays terror-free Tuesdays in Wichita high schools.
Yeah,
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Sounds like he's
Tuesdays
ignoring the problem.
is the day, I guess, that the kids are they were all tired from the first brawl on Monday.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of planning on, are we going to fight or are we going to bring guns?
This guy-
Swim
So
naked in a pool.
It's like,
This
it's like
principle-
gladiator games, right? You just give them like a 2-way shank, and they could just put them in a big day room and let them.
This is a principle that's making the best of a situation. Like
Right.
Tuesdays is
That's-
fine. All right,
Yeah.
we're fine. Tuesdays are good. Everyone's happy.
Right, exactly.
He's
I
like,
mean, you got to make.
what are you
listen,
gonna do?
when every day something horrible is happening, you have to celebrate the day it's not horrible.
Jimmy, do you know what a crowd pleaser is?
Oh my
crowd
God!
pleaser?
What is a
It's-
crowd
I'll give you two.
pleaser?
I'll
It's
give
a
you two.
firework. It's a firework.
I'll give you 2
It's
guesses.
It's a
crowd
A
pleaser.
fart.
No,
it's a firework.
That's your first guess. What's your second guess?
Crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser. Dig deep, brother. Dig deep.
Oh, is that
Is there a
is that a
mute button?
hint?
If I
Is
get
there a
it
mute
right,
button?
what do I get?
'Cause
Yes.
hit the mute button.
No, there is no. We don't
Three,
edit. We don't mute.
1.
Oh God.
The crowd pleaser is a modified prison shank where you take a toothbrush and you superheat it and you put 2 razor blades about this far away, like a train track. When you cut somebody, they can't close the wound because it's too far away.
What
Ted,
is wrong with you,
You know what?
Ted?
So,
Did you
so
see
my
how
so, so my
fast
my,
and how-
my advice to the Wichita high school students: just bring the crowd pleaser to school and duct tape it to your hand
That's like
and
the
just start.
worst advice ever.
You just
That is
you're
the-
the one giving advice to
Ted.
kids in their 20s.
Is that
Ted.
This is high school kids.
See
That's-
this, and Mark, you see why we don't have Ted's high school tips, right? Because everyone would be bleeding.
Is
You'll
that
get-
Mike next to Jim on? Is that
see,
one?
Now you'll
Can I
get in
go
trouble.
sit over there?
You'll get in trouble for a
'Cause
firearm.
then Jim will be between him and I.
You'll get in,
You need some
you'll
distance.
get-
I'm worried
you'll
about
get-
it. He's
you'll-
got prison.
You'll get in
fucking
trouble for a
shanks here.
firearm, but it's just a toothbrush. So if I'm a defense
Teddy.
counsel, I'm like, it's just a toothbrush.
Teddy, I
It's a
don't
big deal.
listen to me. Listen to me. I don't understand what the hell is wrong with you. All right, so gentlemen, we got to kind of wrap this up. So one last thing, and I don't know if you guys know this. Did you guys know that Kanye West opened a school?
I know he makes shoes.
No, yeah, of course he
makes
does. He
shoes.
makes
The
Wheezy or
Yeezys, the
Jeezy or
Yeezys.
something.
Yeah. Yeezys.
Crunch Wheezy.
Yeah, but he opened a school in California.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can go to Kanye West's school in
big-
California.
big basketball program there.
What, doesn't LeBron James have a
It's
school
got-
too?
it's got-
LeBron James has a school. Oprah has a school in Africa.
LeBron
so
James.
they all.
I have
open
no
schools,
idea,
yeah,
but so I'm looking at this, right, and I obviously it's a religious school because I believe Kanye West actually thinks he's Jesus. Okay, he actually
I
thinks
thought
he's
he was.
Jesus. I have no idea if he actually is, but he believes he is. So I went through the curriculum and I had to look through this just to see like what do you if you go to a Kanye
Who's his
West
wife?
school,
Who's his wife?
his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she gone.
He turned his father-in-law into a woman, right? So he.
No, that
What?
was Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he
think-
didn't
I
do
mean,
that.
I don't
She-
think he had anything
No,
to
he
do with
had
it. It was the
nothing to do with it.
Kardashian
Yeah,
coups.
I think
Yeah,
the
he had nothing
girls
to do with
caused
that,
that.
yeah.
Can't blame Kanye
Yeah, that's-
for that.
that's the
What's the thing?
Kardashian.
Only
By the way-
I thought it was Jesus can only do that.
No.
Actually,
no,
by the way,
no.
if we
So
get
the greatest athlete of our generation.
Yes,
Decathlon.
listen, it's the
do you
Kardashian
know how hard-
curse.
do you know how hard it is to win the decathlon?
Dude.
Bruce
Bruce Jenner was the greatest athlete.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then he got involved with Kardashian and his
And the
life.
greatest
No,
Sweetie
then one of
box.
his stepdaughters married Jesus.
Yeah,
And he
but
granted him a wish.
no, listen to me. Listen, I'm telling you right now,
curse.
there is a serious sickness there. But okay, so I'm looking at the stuff, right? It's kind of regular classes. There's math, there's science, there's religion because he's kind of a religious guy. There's a fashion class, right? It's Kanye,
makes
right?
sense.
Well, it makes sense.
How to be a millionaire class.
I think he's a billionaire. Actually,
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
So he knows how to be a millionaire.
Right, but you don't teach people to be billionaires. You teach them to be millionaires.
Yeah, because
then they can work their way.
One notch below.
Right, they can work their way.
That's like the 4 minute abs or whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's like a step program.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But then what about 3 minute abs?
Right.
Though? Yeah. See,
right. So then one of the other classes is changing your name 101. Right, because you always have to kind of reinvent yourself by changing your name, right? And then the last one is how to write a song that threatens your ex-wife's boyfriend. Yeah, and that's it. That's what you're learning. So it's a pretty great school.
And where in California is this school?
It is in someplace really high end.
Oh, he does have a school. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not
it's
bullshitting.
Awesome. It's a great
but
idea.
it's a really nice.
I'm assuming San Francisco or San Diego.
No.
No.
It's in a much nicer place.
Yeah.
Johnny, can
but
you?
No, it's not. But he's not
San
sending
Jose?
like rich kids there. He's helping a lot of people out. Like.
Yeah,
right? I think it's like a very charitable.
So it's a tuition based school, but he says he's helping people out
right.
and getting people in there. So
yeah,
it's pretty amazing. I mean,
if we get Kanye West on this show, that would be kind of cool.
He would be on the show in a heartbeat.
He'd come on our show.
I guarantee.
You know what?
I'm probably listening to.
You know who we could get on the show?
I'm going to reach out to Kanye West.
He lives out in Naperville, right?
Kanye West.
Oh no, that's Donnie.
Donnie
Wahlberg.
Osmond.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg lives in
No,
Naperville?
St. Charles.
Yes.
Wait, Donnie Wahlberg lives around here?
He lives in St. Charles with his wife.
McCarthy.
Yeah, because she's from there. She's from there.
She's
I think
from
she's from
Oklahoma.
No shit.
Yeah.
Downers
Okay.
Grove.
No, but Kanye West is from Naperville originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know
He's
that.
a Chicago kid.
Wait a minute.
Not Chicago, Naperville.
Well, I
Jim.
mean,
Are you saying? Wait,
Okay.
wait. Hold on a second. Did you just say that Kanye West?
He's from Naperville, Illinois. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that.
Naperville, Illinois.
I didn't. I had no idea.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. You
Wait.
got the internet in front of you. Look it up.
So
I don't look things up. That's not my
Can we
thing.
reach out to Kanye West's representative and ask him to be on our show?
That's the joke. He always says, "I'm from Chicago." No, you're not. You're from fucking Naperville. You're like the guy I met on a plane in wherever. You're not from Naperville. Naperville's an hour away.
Here's what happens if we can get Kanye West on the show. 3-hour show. Kanye West can talk for 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Wait a minute,
and we
Teddy.
can talk
No,
for 5
you
minutes.
said
You already got half of his request.
No one's
down.
going to listen to Kanye
Gold
for
microphones.
3 hours.
Gold
He's going to request a gold microphone. Done.
Teddy, that's bullshit because you
true.
said when I said we could get a famous person on, you're like, oh, what are their stories going to be? They're not. It's not going to be anything special. So that's bullshit. You said that yourself.
Okay. So we're not going to have Kanye West on.
No, he'd walk out.
Okay.
You
know what?
He has an attitude. Talk about a dick. That guy's a dick.
No, you just have
What?
to massage his ego.
No,
that's all. You just have to talk to him nicely.
No, but
Honestly,
he could be a dick.
Honestly,
he can't be a dick, but you know what? He's like bipolar, so like he can be a dick, but then he's very articulate.
is he
sometimes.
bipolar?
Well, I
I'm
don't know.
learning
if it's
so
I
many
don't-
things
I don't-
about Kanye
I don't know if
West.
it's bipolar, but the point is, get him
You
on
just said he was bipolar. This is like when Teddy
No,
called
Teddy
out that
said-
one guy for being gay and he wasn't gay.
Get him on-
James Corden or
When
something.
you marry a Kardashian, you become bipolar.
get him on the show. Let him say whatever he wants.
No.
We'll ask him like 1 or 2 questions, like "How's your ranch in Montana doing?" or something like that, and just leave it at that. So.
All right. Well, you know what?
I think Jenny McCarthy's a better bet.
You know what?
St. Charles is.
I'll reach out to Jenny.
I'm shooting
We'll
for the-
we'll
I'm shoot-
call her.
I'm
I'll reach
shooting
out
for
to
the stars.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mr. Wahlberg.
No,
okay.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, Donnie Wahlberg? No,
Yeah, no.
fuck that. He's a loser. What a piece of shit. I'm not interested in the least.
What
in
about the
talking
what
to
about
Donnie
the what,
Wahlberg.
don't they have the Wahlburger like burger restaurant and wherever they're from on the East
Dude,
Coast?
I'm a
somewhere?
vegetarian. I don't want to eat that shit.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have a mystery meat burger.
Yeah, they do.
A mystery. That's
Nobody
not,
wants that.
It's not mystery
Yeah.
meat. That is such bullshit. Okay, man, we got. God, this just the time always flies when we're doing this. Okay, we got to wrap this shit up. So, what I'll do is, Jimmy, you've been here for 3 times. Woo! You are the number one most asked for guest.
Really?
Yeah. People.
They're
Jimmy,
asking for me?
yes, they're asking
Then
for
I
you.
should get paid.
I asked for you.
Yeah,
No,
Jimmy,
I
we
know.
will absolutely. We'll pay you double what Teddy and I get. Yeah.
Jimmy has bots in India
Yes.
that are just request him like a computer center like in Asia somewhere.
Listen, this
Hey,
is the
India's
funniest
got
thing.
2 billion people. I should.
Listen, this is the funniest thing. I tell people this all the time when I go talk to people who want to be guests, right? I say, oh, we're streaming on this place called JioSavan. Is this company called JioSavan. They're one of the leading streamers in India,
yeah,
right?
India.
So America obviously is our number one country, okay? The second country, the one that almost 10% of all of our listeners listen, and I'm talking almost 1,000 people a week, almost 100 people every week in India.
Thank you, India.
If you can believe that.
Yeah, thank you, India.
Yeah, is that nuts?
That is
I
nuts.
have no idea why the people in India love us so much. But listen, we love you back. Much, much, very.
Yes.
We love you long time. Long time.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. So, Jimmy, I'll give you a first shot at wrapping this up. What do you want to leave everybody with today?
I would like you guys all to be a bigger dick like me.
Fucker, I just stop telling us what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I am asking you to be a bigger dick than me.
That would be pretty hard.
It's really
Jimmy, why
fucking hard.
don't you ask me to break a world record or something?
No, I think that's a big
order.
order.
I don't know if that's out of my DNA. I mean, I could try, but I mean, I still might.
Everyone's got it in
I can
them.
aspire to it, but I might fall short. I might fall short.
I'll give you a quick story how to be a bigger dick.
Okay.
This guy
first editing
this
ever.
guy, speaking of airplanes, he passed me up. I would never do this, but it was a total dick move. You know the overhead bins?
Sure.
You're going to your seat. You get to your seat. You look up. The bin above you is filled. He took someone's bag out of that bin and put it on the ground and sat down and put his bag in the bin.
And closed it.
That's a lot of chutzpah.
Oh, he didn't close
it. But the guy didn't even know because the guy was up ahead.
Yeah, sure.
You know, usually they go back, they find a bin. And he put it down, and he put it on, and the stewardess had to pick it up and put it in another bin.
Flight attendant.
I was like, wow, that's the
flight. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
So basically,
what did I say? Stewardess?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's guys that are stewardess.
So basically,
no, there's no guys that are stewardesses.
Dice Clay had another name for them.
So bad behavior.
No.
So bad behavior got rewarded in that case.
God, could you imagine?
Right, bad behavior got
rewarded. Could you imagine if that was honestly, if some guy took my bag out and put his bag in, I would stomp the living shit out of him.
First of all, Matt,
I would take his.
First of all, Matt would be sweating bricks because he's like, "Oh fuck, that's a Fed agent right there going to go find all the shit in my bag."
Yeah, right.
No. And then he's like, "Oh no, the guy's
what's
just
with all these gold
bag.
microphones?"
He's like,
See,
but that was the biggest dick move.
But here's the thing: the reason people
that is a dick move.
This is the reason. This is the reason people are dicks because there's no consequences. There's never any consequences.
Oh,
but if there's consequences, like for example, if somebody parks in a handicapped parking spot and you double park behind them and they can't move, let them call the cops. Okay, cool. I'll get a ticket for double parking behind you, and you'll get a ticket for parking in a handicapped parking spot, and you'll be there an hour until the cop shows up.
I got in a fight once.
That's
with
consequences.
Yeah, so
that's
did I.
consequences.
I got in a fight.
America.
Yeah.
A handicapped guy parked in a normal spot, and I beat the shit out of him. That's because I'm a big dick.
The nerve.
Oh my God! No. I got into it once with a guy. Two guys. They parked in a handicapped box. It was right in the front of a sporting goods store of all things.
And of course, they were like in perfectly good shape.
The two guys get out right, and they got no nothing. I go, hey fellas, that's for handicap. He goes, we're going in and going out. What are you, a cop? And I go, nope. I go, I'm the guy who's going to fuck up your car when you go inside. And the guy stands there. I go, go ahead, man. You're in a hurry.
Matt's
don't wait for me.
With a banana. Banana in a
I was like, don't wait for me,
you know
man.
What you do? Just tear off his windshield wiper, so he'll get the message.
He puts banana. He
rip off his
bananas in his car.
Mark, he's not going
to.
Mark, he was not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Actually, that's a great idea. Take the windshield wiper off, so they don't realize until it's raining.
They scratch it.
Yeah. That's a dick move. See?
Do you know how hard it is?
Even the dick that I am, I just learned something.
Or rip off the back license plate.
I
so they get pulled
challenge you
over.
to take somebody's fucking windshield wiper off their car. Do you know how hard it is to do that?
No, actually pretty easy.
Okay.
What?
You ever try ripping off a license plate off someone's car with
hold on.
It's different for every make and model.
I thought I was the dick. You guys are bigger dicks than me.
Oh yeah. So here's Jimmy.
Right. So you know what you are? You're the Scottie Pippen of dicks. I might be the Michael Jordan of dicks.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So after the show, I know you got to head out. You got something you got to do, but we're gonna head out. We're gonna head over to Howard Street, go watch a little football. Okay. And when we get into the parking lot, we're each gonna take turns ripping windshield wipers off of cars to see which one of us is better at it.
Come on, that is a great idea.
That is, isn't that great?
Realize it until it rains.
But only the ones who deserve it.
Yeah.
Which would be the cars parked too close to me or next to me. Okay, Teddy, it's time to wrap this up. We're gonna leave Mark for last. We'll let him think about this and stew. Teddy, what do you want to leave everybody with today?
You know, I enjoyed this episode very much, and it was really cool to see all you guys here today, and I hope we do it again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
we're going to do it again. Yeah, I'm talking about these guys.
We have to do it again, Teddy, because we got some stuff coming up.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. All right, Mark, first time on. You're kind of like a virgin.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a virgin with three guys, and you're not a virgin anymore.
He doesn't look like a
good
virgin.
Good luck telling that story. But all right, what do you want to leave everybody with today? Last words.
It's a lot of pressure.
Wait, what?
It's a lot of pressure. I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm not a preacher.
We thought you were.
You're
awesome.
the son, but you're the son of a preacher, man.
Yeah. No,
you have nothing. You have okay. That's all right.
No, I really don't. I mean, I have no advice. I'm not going to step on Ted's toes with the
please do.
tips
I mean,
for 20.
No, we're not. It's not a competition. Let's just have some fun.
It's not a competition. Ted wins. He knows. Ted gets to come back next week and say whatever he wants about you, so you can say anything.
No.
I'll step on Jim's toes. Don't be a dick. Be nice.
Yeah, it's
no. I know he's kidding. Just be nice to everybody.
No, I'm not kidding.
Especially,
the last thing I want to say. The last thing I want to say. I wish this was a scramble foursome. Because that would be a good foursome. I wish this was like scramble foursome in golf.
Did you say foreskin?
Yeah, but
foreskin. Yeah, that too. Yeah,
hold on, Teddy. I'm pretty
sure. I'm not jerking anybody off.
I'm pretty sure if Mark and Jimmy and I got together, we might pick a fourth. That wasn't you.
I'm talking about if you had no choice. If you had no choice,
like an 80-year-old Asian man.
First of all,
you had no choice.
Yeah, with really soft hands.
I'm sorry. I keep touching Teddy. Teddy's
okay. I like that.
Jimmy and I are D players.
What? Oh, you better not. Oh, you better not say that about Jimmy. He'll kill you.
I'm a D player.
No. You're not.
Are you an A player in the outing?
Yeah, he's an A player in the outing.
You are an A player.
You're not a D player.
Yeah, he's an A player.
You're outing every June.
Yeah, at Andy's thing.
I'm a D player.
Jimmy's a good. Jimmy's a real good golfer.
But this would be a really good.
Teddy's the one here that really blows. But you know what? You need that. You need that in case you hit a ball into the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Right. So my turn now. So let me do this.
Wait, can I start over?
No, it's too late. Okay, just your bullshit about being nice. Okay, that's crap. Yeah, nobody's going to do that. All right, so here's what we got.
Teddy's taking notes.
Great. Yeah, Teddy. He just likes clicking the pen. He's not writing anything. He's just scribbling and drawing pictures of boobs. That's all he does. When you look at that picture, you look at that paper later, it's just going to be Teddy drawing boobs. That's it. It's
not a boob he drew. I'm just saying. Or if it is, it's a bad-looking boob.
That is one boob, like right down the middle. Okay, so here's the deal. It was great to have you guys on. Jimmy, great to have you back.
Thank
Mark,
you.
Listen, I know Teddy's going to agree with me. We'd love to have you back again. Okay. A couple of things, just so you guys know. Next week, we're going to have a local brewer coming on from Illuminated Brew. Guy is really interesting.
Been there multiple times.
Yeah, the beer is fantastic.
Why is it called that? Is it?
It's
No.
He'll let you know. It's really cool. It's a really cool concept. They've been in business. I don't want to give too much away, but they've been in business for about 8 years. They just opened up a tap room. They're celebrating their 1 year anniversary.
Walking distance from my house.
Yeah, nice. And it's a great place. I went in there. It is a really cool place. And the owner's coming on, the brewer. He's going to talk about the place. He's going to talk about making beer. I don't know anything about brewing beer.
Nothing.
So, so he's going to do that.
I'm going to call in. I got a question for him. I'm going to call in.
I'm not guaranteeing that you won't be here. I tell we got open seats.
There's an empty mic there.
Can we take call-ins now, or are we capable of that? Or?
No, but I mean we can let him come back.
Sure.
Yeah, we can. I mean, listen. There's seats. There's 5 seats here. It's always open.
You can sit on Ted's lap and talk about what pops up.
Hey, 2-drink minimum. You're gonna be here all night.
Oh, looks good on you though.
So I locked it in. We've got a local travel agent who's going to talk to us about traveling and travel tips and stuff like that. So that is going to be really cool.
That still exists.
Yeah. That's what I said too.
Actually, I'm joking. I know somebody who still works for a travel agent. Has worked for them for almost 30 years.
Yeah. So, I mean,
but
this
guy's. I bet you business trips. That's huge, right?
Sure. I mean, once you get a company or something.
Everybody and anybody that doesn't want to go online.
Yeah, well,
makes a phone call.
But I mean, isn't it easier?
Better.
I mean,
way better, dude.
No executive's going to do that.
I love her to death because I'll call her all the time, and she goes, "You know what? You don't
want to go there.
You could just book it she'll say you can just book it yourself. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool.
No,
just looking for advice.
They're still out there.
Yeah, we're going to have a cannabis expert on. Yeah, talk to a guy.
If this is all next week?
No, not all next week, but coming up. And
it's got to be the guy we know, Tom.
I think he's going to actually our buddy Tommy's going to be on the show. I asked him if he want to be on.
I thought he was a CBD oil expert.
Yeah. No. He's an expert.
He's an expert in cannabis.
Listen, I don't know anything about anything. And then the greatest woman I talked to ever. Okay, I called this woman up. She's an astrologer. Okay.
Wait, you said the greatest woman you've ever talked to.
No, she was like
you meant that is like
it's like Whitney Houston, the greatest love of all.
She's not Barack Obama. She's not Barack Obama's wife. Okay, she's not. Yeah. She's not Mother Teresa, but she's right behind there. Okay, but I talked to this woman yesterday, and she was absolutely fantastic. So she is going to come on, and she is going to tell us all about what she does, and she is going to read Teddy. That was her main thing. So she
Teddy doesn't read.
So words make him sleepy.
She's going to read my mind?
Teddy doesn't read.
Words make him sleepy. She's an
psychic?
astrologer.
She's gonna read him.
She's an astrologer.
Oh, astrologer. You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
She's going to read my palm?
She's going to do all that.
So this is all next week. That's crazy.
No.
You got like 7 guests.
Shut
You
your
need
dick
17
hole.
Fucking great
microphones.
show, dude.
We need
So-
10 mics.
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming on. We're going to have a lot of
Tune
different
in next
guests
week. It's
on.
awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a marathon.
I-
8-hour show.
I will say one
Jerry
thing
Lou-
before I leave. I want to be on the show with the UFO expert.
Me too, because I always
'Cause I'm
want
totally into UFOs.
I always want to get
Okay,
kidnapped by
so
aliens.
Jimmy,
That'd be kind of hot.
Jimmy,
That's next week too.
2 Thursdays. Not next Thursday, but
2
2
weeks from
Thursdays.
tonight?
Yep, 2 weeks from tonight.
in.
Text
and
him.
this guy, listen,
Text him.
this guy's not he's written a ton of fiction, but he's also written 2 books on UFOs. And I'll tell you what, he is. I've looked at some of his books, and he is a very interesting
And
dude.
here's
so
the
I'm
here's
really
the funny
excited.
thing. I'm
about
not
this.
an expert, but I know.
No, you're not at all.
No, but legitimately, the
you are
Navy
from
Navy actually
another planet.
has legitimate sightings
Oh, boy.
of unidentified flying objects that they cannot be explained. They're not weather balloons. Blah blah blah.
unexplainable?
Yeah, I mean this is the Navy.
Teddy,
Everybody
listen,
They're out
knows
there,
that.
30,000 feet up there with their fighter jets. Yeah, I mean,
Teddy,
they
you're
see
talking
stuff.
you're talking to a guy who there is no doubt in my
They're
mind
seeing stuff that goes
there is
that
more
faster,
than us.
faster.
Yeah,
more
there's more than
technology
us
than
out there.
anything
There
we
can't
have right
be-
now. Yeah.
No, there can't be
All right,
one.
I got a piece, so let's wrap this up.
Go ahead, take a piss. I'm going to wrap it up. I got this.
You got it without me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have
Right,
a,
you
I have
take
a-
off.
no, I actually have a catheter right here.
But
You
yeah,
can use
he's pissing in his own
That's
beer
my
cup.
beer.
But honestly,
what beer is.
I absolutely believe that there are other
yeah.
beings.
Oh,
out
I-
there. There's
I-
no doubt
I
in my
think
mind.
so, too. I
There's
know-
no
yeah.
doubt in my mind. So I am super excited about having this guy on. And this is, to me, this is a coup of all coups.
Has he
man.
been on other shows? You
Yeah.
know, or
Oh,
you've
yeah.
seen-
He has
okay,
been on other shows.
That's
Yeah.
awesome,
This guy, again, I'll
He was
here's
on
what
that
I'll do.
cheese podcast, wasn't he?
Son of a
Probably.
bitch.
Wow.
But here's what I'll do. I'll share with
the
you
Mars
guys.
one
Cheese
ham-
Factory.
the one
Mars
hump
cheese.
camel.
There is
Mars
a cheese factory,
cheese.
Mars Cheese.
Mars.
That's where the one hump.
It's over
camel's
by there,
from.
over the
Is on a
border.
UFO.
You guys suck. But I'll share. Honestly, I'll share the books with you so that you guys can take a look at what he's written. It's really cool. All right. God damn, this just goes on and on, man. I hope everybody's listening to. I hope nobody sits down for an hour and a half and listens to this because you would probably have brain damage.
You're still talking.
What are we on? 2
And no
hours
hate,
now?
no hate, no
2
hate
hours.
Someone's gotta pee.
Suck it. Suck it. All right. Listen, we had a great time. Can't wait to do this again. We will see you guys. We're going to record on Thursdays for a while until Teddy starts his bowling league, and then we'll have to pick another
Wait,
day.
I thought you were. Okay.
The future's now.
Yeah.
I bowl on Thursday,
is
so
that a
we need to change
bowling-
it immediately.
We're not changing it immediately. There's at least a few other weeks.
You don't
You're
bowl
right.
naked, do you?
I mean,
How do you? Hey, Jimmy. How do you think he scores so well?
I bowl with.
Well, there are 3 holes in a bowling
I
ball.
bowl-
I'm just
I-
asking.
I bowl
I'm
with-
asking for
not
a friend.
Teddy's ball. Teddy's ball has a fourth.
I
a
bowl with
mystery
grown,
hole.
I bowl with grown men who really need my
Well,
expertise. Unfortunately,
Bad news,
so.
Teddy. They're not going to get it for at least a couple of weeks. All right. Hey, everybody. Have a great week. Keep listening. Tell your friends. And we will see you guys all next week.
Love you, India.